Today let's build a cozy, earthy, eclectic mid-century modern home for a pottery artist. And thank you to EA for gifting me a couple of the packs in this video. And as always, it's going to be a long play, so get a drink, a snack, a blanket, get comfy, and let's get into it. Here is my sim self for the day. This is the outfit we're working with. I think she looks very cool, very stylish, and I feel like this should give you a pretty good idea of the direction we're going to go with today because we are doing a mid-century modern home. Now, I do have a reference photo, so if I can remember, I will put that up on the screen for you guys. But I did see a comment, and also, if I can remember that, I will also try to put it on the screen for you guys. Of the person who left it, but they were saying because we have this new kit, the Modern Retreat kit, that has like a lot of kind of funkier items, I guess. And I was talking about how I never really build modern homes and all of that, and they recommended doing a mid-century modern home, which I have actually done before. I don't know if I've put it on the channel or not, but I have done mid-century homes just on my own time, I guess. But today I thought we would try to build one together because this reference photo really inspires me. And this is the lot we're working on. It's Hillside Haven in Copperdale. And I feel like this is just so fitting for the type of home we're going to do. And I'm going to try to make it like eclectic 70s sort of thing. I'm just trying to figure out the layout and whatnot. I did do a little bit of the building, I guess, rough plan off camera, as I usually do, but this time I forgot to take a picture with the grid on, so I actually don't remember any of the spacing that I had, but I think I was gonna do something like this. Okay, maybe it's 1 too wide right now, or long, I guess. And then on this side bit here, we're going to take our room tool and then holding control while we draw it, it's going to delete that room for us. And we're going to build it out like this. I did actually want it to have like 3 sections. So maybe this is 1 too wide now. Or does it need to be 1 wider? And then we can do this. I think I had 3 pillars originally, so that might be too big. But I do think it'd be really fun to have like a really big grand kitchen here. These were going to be drawn though, something like this. Before I commit to this size, I'm going to actually put in some placeholders just to see how much space I would actually have to fill up. I feel like we could have some kind of island situation. And then maybe like a dining room table on the opposite side. But honestly, this kind of fills it up even if I did it like this. If I made it 1 smaller, I could kind of put the island over here. And then the counters would go here. And this room would come inwards. That could be cool, but now that feels like really small. So maybe I actually will keep it big and then we'll just kind of figure it out once we get there. And then this was going to be the entrance part here, and I wanted to have some kind of deck situation going along like so. Also, since we're early in the video and I've been meaning to update you guys, I have actually gotten myself a job outside of, you know, YouTube and whatnot, because student loans are no joke. And so now I have 2 jobs. And I suspect the job that I just got is going to become full-time pretty soon. My hope and my plan as of now is to continue to post a video every Sunday for you guys. But of course, while I figure out this new schedule and just work on time management and whatnot, things might be a little inconsistent. I'm going to try my best to let that not be the case, but of course life happens and all of that, so we'll have to see. But for now, since I'm still in training, my shifts are pretty short and like far and few in between, but I think that's going to change very quickly. And yeah, so I just wanted to update you guys so you're not confused as to why I maybe aren't posting as regularly or something. Hopefully that won't be the case, but just as like a heads up, and I'm sure I'll make a community post and things as well if needed. Why won't this little thing go away? Okay, there we go. Yeah, I mean, it's very exciting stuff. I'm very excited to be working there, and I think it will be good for me because now I'll get out of the house and whatnot. Because as much as I love doing this as a job, it's a little bit isolating. It's kind of reminding me of the pandemic some days, and so I think it's going to be good to just get out every now and again. And then I also think it's kind of, I mean, there's always pros and cons to it, but it's nice when you have to leave and do other things so that when you come back, you actually want to do it. So like going off to work and then coming home from a long day and then just wanting to play The Sims, it'll be such a treat, you know? So I think that'll be good. But yeah, that's just my little disclaimer as to why things might change schedule-wise out here. But of course, I will keep you guys updated. And while I've been talking, I've kind of been doing just about nothing because I can't do two things at once, apparently. Okay, I think something like that is better for the back, a little closer to what I had. Maybe we could even bring the porch all the way around, or at least to, say, here, maybe. Like that, perhaps? And then I'll actually bring the roof over one as well. Something like that. Okay, I think that's looking pretty accurate to what I had. Although I think this might actually be 2 tiles wide. I think I've now made this house way bigger than what I was initially planning for, but that's okay. I mean, it's mainly just a larger second floor, or bottom floor, sorry. I would say the second floor is about the same. All right, I did want there to be a little bit of variation in the shaping of the deck. So I'm just gonna adjust that quickly. And I think we might incorporate some terrain tools today. But I think that's actually the whole kind of shell done. It's fairly simple because it is mid-century modern. There's not too much to, I guess, add to it. Maybe I'll make this top bit a little bit bigger. I do want this to come all the way down though, because I will make that like a glass roof piece. And then for up here, I am gonna put more like deck pieces, if you will, and then we can turn it into a platform and stuff just to put a little bit of height variation in the build. And yeah, that actually looks pretty good. I am going to put it up on a foundation now, and maybe we can mess around with a bit of a hill or something. I know this looks extreme, and it probably is a little bit extreme, so let me bring it down. But then we can kind of fit some kind of hill. Hopefully. It is a pretty small lot. It's only a 30 by 20, so if I can't make this transition nicely, then maybe I won't. But for now, we'll give it a shot. This part where the foundation is, in the reference photo, it actually looks a little bit more like a room that you could go in, but I don't know if I want to do that. So I'm just going to keep it as a foundation because I'll still get the same sort of effect, but without that extra floor and whatnot. Okay, I mean, it's pretty subtle terrain business, but maybe that's not bad. It could be a little taller. Just up here by the entranceway. maybe more like that. And then we can smooth it out again and it'll look pretty natural, hopefully. It's going to be quite annoying to landscape, I would assume, but since it's a smaller lot, I'm not too worried. But it's just going to be a matter of trying to make the plants look like they're actually sitting on the ground and all of that. I'm just trying to smooth it out here so we don't have that line of dirt from when the terrain paint is too steep, because you can't actually paint over that, which is quite annoying, I dare say. Maybe I'll put a little bit more over here. And then I think that's probably good for like a little hill. I don't mind that. I'm actually going to do a few more tweaks. Okay, I think that'll be good. But let's actually get some swatches going to make this look a little bit more interesting, shall we? I want to go for lots of warm tones and lots of natural textures, because I think that's going to be the way that will make a more modern looking build feel very cozy. And then once we get to the inside, I think I'll throw in a funky color here and there, like a lime green or something, because I do want it to feel very eclectic, but like warm and cozy on the inside. And I think that'll be super fun. I want to try this foundation paint from Adventure Awaits. It's got that really pretty, very classic 70s like orange red wood tone. So that's kind of what we're going to see a lot throughout this build. I'd like to use a lot of brick as well. And honestly, this base game one could be kind of perfect. It's got all the right tones that I need, and I like the texture and the variation in it. I don't know if I'll find anything better. I do like this one from City Living, but it's definitely a lot more muted than I want. I do kind of want that saturated orange. So I am going to go with this brick here. I'll just put it along all the walls for now, and then we can adjust after the fact. This wall I put here because I'm actually going to add like an accent piece, so I don't really need to paint it right now because it's not going to stay there. But yeah, I think that's good for that brick wallpaper. Then I want to do some kind of paneling, so we have a couple of options. I do want it to be vertical panels. So we have this little base game one here, which is all right, but not exactly the tone I was looking for. So we do it in like a full green or orange or something, but again, not quite what I was envisioning. Ooh, Horse Ranch might have some really good ones. Ooh, I know Growing Together has, yeah, this one. That's actually gorgeous. That's really pretty. And I like the subtle tone shifts in it, so it looks a bit more interesting. Maybe we can put that up top here and use it on that bit that kind of cascades down. I was kind of thinking of using the businesses and hobbies one. There's this flat one, but I thought there was one that had a bit more depth to it. But I don't know if I'm misleading myself. Oh no, I'm not. It's right here. Yeah, I was thinking maybe we could use this as our vertical paneling. Ooh, maybe in a lighter color. That could look really pretty here. But I was kind of thinking of putting some on the side. I wonder if maybe all of this needs to shift down one, which is actually going to be quite annoying to do, but let me see. Maybe there's an easier way to do this. Maybe not. There is a lot of arrows and I just don't really know which ones to pull forward. Okay, we'll start with this one. I'll just do it like this for a second to get a sense. that's better, but the other option is just keep the windows where they were and then just put the brick there. But I don't know if that looks too great. Or it doesn't even have to be centered really. It could be more like this. Yeah, I think that's good. Okay, I don't want to use the vertical paneling in 2 different colors, so this either has to be the light color down there, or we use the same growing together one. Actually, I think we'll go with growing together. I think the darker contrast looks better down here. And I put in these windows from Snowy Escape because I believe they're the ones I want to use. We'll see once we get to heights and stuff, but they have this really nice texture to them. It's like a mixture of like red and black almost. I think it looks very cool and works really well with this wallpaper. So I'm thinking something like that. And I'll probably put columns to divide these spots as well, just to further polish them off. But for wallpapers, I think that looks pretty cool. For this chimney here, I think it'd be nice to do maybe like a brown brick, something like this, as more of a contrast with this light wood here. Oh, or this driftwood. But actually, I think that would look really cool on the inside somewhere as like a backsplash almost. Oh, same with this wallpaper. I just want all the natural textures possible. There's this stone from Discovery University. Do I like it? I don't know if it looks natural enough for what I was going for. I almost like that one from Get Famous. It's a little bit cartoony, but something about it really speaks to me. Ooh, or we could try this one from Businesses and Hobbies. I actually think we'll be using a lot of businesses and hobbies in this build because it's definitely got a bit more of that eclectic but modern kind of feel to it. Maybe that's completely an incorrect way to describe it, but that's the vibes I get from it. But that brownstone I pulled out earlier, there is a base game version of it. So yeah, just here. I'm gonna go with that. I think it's good, but I don't really want the columns on it. So I'll take those off. Also did want there to be an overhang for the roof bits here. So I'm just gonna adjust that right now. Just like a 1-tile overhang for all of the sides. Perfect. And then that's a room as well. And since those are all rooms, we can go ahead and add an exterior trim to polish it off. I think on the bottom, we could do this thicker trim, again in that red orange-ish brown, but like the darker version of it. And then maybe up top here, we'll do a slightly more slender trim, I guess. I'll have to do the same thing with the roof actually, so let me put, well, those are roof pieces. I meant this actual roof piece up here. So we'll put a room up there as well. So far, I actually think that looks pretty cool. And I do think I might try to make this some kind of family home. I definitely want it to feel a little bit more lived in than maybe a standard modern home. So I'm going to try my best. I could do more trim here, but I actually think I want it in a lighter tone to match the wallpaper. But I don't know if I'll be able to get a 1-to-1 color match. Okay, I think these are stone trims, so maybe not that. That's actually not too far off. So yeah, we can try that. I won't put any trim here because I think I want that elongated look on the front. We can get in some flooring though. Since I've done more of a ready wood on the sides, I could continue with that, or I could do a beige to mimic that top room there. Or I guess instead of beige, it's maybe more like pine or something. I'm not quite proficient with my wood types here. Do I like the contrast of that? Or maybe it should be brick even. I'm also seeing this one here, which actually blends so perfectly with what we have going. And I really like that seamless look actually compared to the contrast of the lighter wood. So we're definitely going to do that. I think up here, it's just going to be gravel on the roof actually. And in this more brown swatch, I could go with a lighter gray, but then it looks a little unfinished to me. Ooh, this stone from Adventure Awaits would also be cool. But I think that the gravel's gonna be our best bet here. Unless I do a brick on the roof, but I don't really know if that makes sense. No, I like the gravel better. Okay, now that we have our wallpapers sorted, let me actually, before we move on, I guess paint the ceilings. So I've been having like a little bit of ceiling glitch recently. Hopefully it doesn't happen here. Yeah, we're good. Because sometimes I'll paint it and then it just doesn't show up. And then I have to like draw tile by tile, but without clicking, almost like painting over it to make it appear. It's very weird. I'm not sure why it's been doing that. I think for the roof, I kind of just want to try, or like the ceiling paint, I kind of just want to try a lighter color. Unless, again, I don't prefer the contrast. Oh, I did not like that contrast at all, so I switched it to the one that matches the floor, even though it looks a little bit different there, but you get the idea. So I guess we can get on with perhaps windows and a couple of details. I will show you the things that I wanted to use on the wall here. It's from that new Modern Retreat kit, which I believe at the time I'm posting this, which hopefully will be Sunday, I believe you guys should still be able to enter the giveaway that I'm hosting for the kit that I'm talking about. I'm doing it for the Modern Retreat and for the Garden to Table. And so if you guys see anything in here that you like, you can go look at my last video, which was the coastal no, it's not a coastal retreat. I have the kit name stuck in my head. A coastal fishing village. And I have all the giveaway information over there. And then you can enter to win if you would like. But these are the screens from there. It's kind of like a lattice looking thing. And so I kind of want to use those on the outside here. And then I was thinking that I just delete the wall behind it, not after it. And then you can kind of see through it. And I think that looks quite gorgeous. I could do that brown, or I could try to go with a lighter one to maybe mimic the top portion there, which actually might look kind of cool. Depending on the door I choose, I think that will decide whether I continue these further or not, but for now I think that's okay. And then we can also come into decorations and we'll go to miscellaneous. And then we're going to grab that floor tile from Island Living to make glass panes in the ceiling, if that makes sense. I will show you in a second once I find them. I love the Better Build and Buy mod, but sometimes there is just so much in terms of debug items that it's so hard to find the actual thing that I'm looking for. But I can't really like toggle it on and off because then I'll have to go in and come back out of the game to get it sorted. So I'm just gonna push through. I guess I could also search it, but I don't remember what it's called, so I will filter by pack. Okay, it's called Crystal Clear. We will use that. I also did just quickly pull out this divider here. This is from the Sleek Bathroom Kit, which I actually think we'll get a lot of use out of in this build, which is fun because, once again, I don't really ever do modern builds, so it'll be a fun chance to explore a lot of different items and kind of branch out of my usual pattern of decorating, I guess. Yeah, so we'll put those floor pieces there, and then you have a nice little view, just like double sunlight. And what else? I guess that's kind of most of the little details that I figured out off camera. So now we'll just go in with windows and then come back to detailing the house. While we're on island living, I could actually use these ones on the side. They fit the single slot there perfectly. Though to be honest, we have a lot of windows that would fit the bill for that. I might actually try to find ones that are the same height as these snowy escape ones. Oh, like perhaps just another snowy escape one. I didn't know if it came in a single tile version, but it does, so that'll be perfect. And it comes in the correct swatch. So instead of using those ones from Island Living, I will use the snowy escape ones. And then that way when we're on the inside, it'll just look nice and clean. And it lets you still see some of the texture there, so that's nice. So my game actually went ahead and crashed on me. It's been happening a lot recently, don't know what's going on. I did lose some progress, but not enough for it to be like a hindrance or like set me behind or anything. Like it was just a couple of items. But it did lead me to forget what I was gonna do next, which I believe was Windows, so that's just what I'm gonna go with. But if it wasn't, I'm sure I'll get back to whatever it was soon enough. I wanted to use these windows from Businesses and Hobbies because once again, I feel like there's a lot of stuff from this pack that I haven't gotten to use to its full potential just because I don't do modern builds a lot. Yeah, so I thought maybe we could use those because they look really gorgeous, and just extending them all the way to the back looks really pretty, I think. We will need lots of curtains here, but that's okay because with the Desert Luxe kit, we can have as long of a curtain as we need, basically. We do have these windows as well, which are kind of funky, but I don't think I'll use them. What is happening up here? Oh, that's the chimney issue. Okay, resolved. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we don't need these windows all the way back here, but for now I'm going to keep them. I also want the trim to continue this way. Actually, maybe it should continue on the front as well. Does that look better? I can't really decide since that's not really the right tone. I mean, it looks better in the afternoon light, but I don't know. Okay, we'll come back to it. One thing at a time. For over here, I feel like some kind of really big, I guess almost full-length window would look cool. I don't know what to use for that though. Or if it's gonna, you know, work out how I'm envisioning it. There's a lot of these really big ones from, what's it called? Growing Together. Again, other things that I haven't really gotten to use before, but could be quite cool. I do kind of like this one here with all those window panes. I don't know if I like the gray trim on it though. It's perhaps a little bit much. Wow, they really like this pane design for, I guess I learned the word, the Munton design for this type of modern window, because I just saw it with Growing Together, I just saw it with Businesses and Hobbies, and now I've seen it with Eco Lifestyle. I feel like you could at least put it on the other side, no? Okay, either way, I will continue to search. The other option is, since we have glass walls now, oh, maybe even just this base game one. Very simple, but could work. But since we have glass wallpaper now, we could just use that to get our full length window look. I was gonna see about maybe these here. This is very simple from Businesses and Hobbies, but in like a nice way, I would say. do I want a little bit more design though? Could almost make our own funky windows. Wait a second, am I onto something? I mean, there's definitely a little bit of glitching happening. But it's kind of cool, is it? I just don't think I have a way to fix the issue in terms of the overlap. Actually, if I size it down, that's not bad, which means if I use tool mod, I could probably do it so slightly that you wouldn't even notice. If I can select the correct windows. Let me try like 0.95 maybe. And I'll just select something else. Okay, is it cool or is it weird? I don't know. I think it's kind of cool, but with all of this detail happening on the left here, I almost think it was better as a simple, just plain piece of glass. But wow, you could really just kind of make any shape you wanted here. It's kind of really fun. Especially because there is a lot of size variations to this style of glass that they gave us. I feel like if they had colored panes, then you could really make something that looks cool. Ooh, this one from Eco Lifestyle, very simple, but it's a bit more slender than the one from Businesses and Hobbies. So maybe I could try that instead. Okay, I don't even know what I'm making now. I think I'm losing the plot just a little bit. Okay, yeah, we're gonna scrap that window design, but feel free to use it if you want. Go ahead and delete those. Okay, wait, I did just have an idea with how that window was. We could just do maybe like a bunch of these. I know I just said simple was better, but I think that looks really cool actually. Or we could even stagger them. I think in a line looked a bit better. Something like that. I think that's a pretty cool look. Again, I feel a little bit out of my wheelhouse here, but in the reference photo, this is blocked by a tree, so I don't actually know what's happening there. So I'm just taking my best guess. I will go ahead and bring back that Businesses and Hobbies window though. Once I find it. Was it or was it not just there? I thought it was closer to the bottom, but then I looked and I did not see. Oh, okay, it's right here. My fault. Yeah, we could try this on the side, but maybe it's too much. Do I do it on the back or should I do those smaller ones on the back? Since there's not going to be windows along this part here, maybe putting a cooler window pattern on the back would be a good thing. Okay, let me see about columns quickly, just to divide some of this, and then we'll get back to windows, just because I feel like there's areas that need polishing off before I can really get a good sense. There's this column from Lovestruck, but it has a weird neon strip to it, so I won't do that. There's a more like stone column here from Get to Work. I actually didn't realize it came in such a grimy swatch. I'm gonna have to remember that. This makes me want to build something like apocalyptic, but like a decayed apocalyptic city. Because I have done an apocalypse base. I actually think I posted that last year. And it was super fun to do. It would be cool to do like a ruined city. But that is not what we need for today. I could stick with Snowy Escape and just continue on with that wood type there. Because we do have matching columns. Maybe I can fit in some windows on the back here, just not really big ones. I'll have to see about that. It does make me wonder if maybe this should be not brick. Because is this all a little bit too much? I guess this could all be wood, alternatively. But if I am going to put windows here, then I think I do like the separation. Maybe I will switch it though so that the wood ends with where the deck ends. I think that might look a touch better. Maybe I'll try just a simple big window back here. Because there is already now a lot happening with those ones, so I'll keep it simple. Let me think about a door. I don't know which one I want. Ooh, it's nice that we have these really sleek ones from Businesses and Hobbies, because if you were doing a full glass wall with panes that were touching the bottom, let's say, you could really blend that in nicely. I don't know if I need it here, but oh, it could almost be cool to put it on the side here, and then you have a little exit from the kitchen, but that's not like a front door, so let me keep looking. Eco Lifestyle has this. Actually a little bit cool. I don't know if it's too much with the door though, or not the door, sorry, but just this whole front entrance. I do think a colored door is what I'm looking for though. Like something like electric green. Perhaps this? This definitely gives mid-century. This is from Get Famous. There we go. Yeah, this is from Get Famous, and they also have a bunch of mid-century stuff, so I think we could use that as well. I mean, the bright orange door is also pretty good, and it definitely pops more than the green door, because the green blends in with the trees. If I put it there, I could add in another kind of addition here. It will get blocked in my screenshot though. Is it big enough? Like, do I want even more of a feature? I don't know what my options would be, but I can take a look. This one from Discovery University is interesting. It's definitely cool, I think. I just kind of contradicted myself there. I said definitely and then I think, so which is it? I don't know which of these are speaking to me, if any. There's this one from Island Living, but again, none of these wood tones are like matching perfectly. And I don't know if you want completely open here in a world that would definitely have winter. So it almost feels like I would need to do a second wall and then put another door behind that. But that might be a little bit much. But we can test it out quickly and see. It does add a cool texture. What if I put the retro behind it? Too much? Perhaps. There is this classic base game one, which is always good for mid-century because it's got the wood tones. I don't know, something about this eco lifestyle one was really speaking to me. I could do it with that orange trim maybe. But I don't know, I actually really liked the red. I just think maybe the white's a bit stark. because you won't really see white on the inside despite how it looks right now because I haven't put wallpapers there. So this is a little bit tricky. This door doesn't feel like quite the right vibe for the grandness of this house, I guess. I think for now I might actually just try this Discover University one, maybe. But actually the swatches are kind of not my preference right now. I might have to figure this out off camera because I don't know how much of this indecisiveness I can subject you guys to. That's kind of cool. That blue, that's from High School Years, which is actually the world that we're building in today. Intriguing stuff. Okay, I'm honestly gonna figure the door out off camera because I could be here for ages trying to resolve that. Let me do some final detailing here before I do landscaping, which I can't tell if this is going to be a shorter video or not, because I mean the outside is very simple, so you would think it would be shorter, but there's a lot more indecision than usual with this one because I'm out of my wheelhouse here. So that'll decide if I include the landscaping or whatnot, basically. I'm thinking probably not though, because there's going to be a lot of just messing around with the tool mod, which could be quite boring because it's literally going to be me adjusting it by like 0.01 of an amount. Okay, I always go with this combo for this dark brick here, but since it's supposed to be a modern build, maybe I have to pick a bit more of a modern looking chimney, I guess. I definitely think I'll have to use the tool mod to make any of these fit. Oh, what if I did a green chimney? That's kind of cool. That's from Businesses and Hobbies. I don't know. I'm hesitant a little bit. I'm gonna try maybe... Which one? I gotta pick one. Maybe just this base game one, but instead of it sitting there, I'm going to delete that roof there, carry the brick downwards, and then I will raise it up with my 9 key, and then I just size it up with the tool mod, so now it slots perfectly in that wall there. And that's our little chimney. Oh, you know what we haven't finished yet is this little roof bit here. So I need some kind of glass roof. But it's not removing the floor here. I think it's because I made a room basically down below. So I almost wonder if maybe I use these floor pieces instead. I could bring this over by 1. Same with this. And just do it a little bit more like that. I actually think that looks way cuter and more sleek and all of that. I haven't decided if this is going to be its own room or if I get a little bit crazy and just delete the top bit and it's like a really big cascading ceiling sort of thing. But it could be fun as like a loft thing. But if that's the case, I was wondering if I should put some windows. Maybe just one on this side though. I kind of like the no window look from the front because we already have a lot of window stuff happening. But maybe I could do 3 on the side like that. I think that looks cool. But then for this part, oh, what if we made them corner windows actually? Something like this. I mean, it's definitely cool from the side, but from the front, it looks a little bit lacking. I was wondering if I could extend it further. Okay, I don't think so. We could just repeat the same pattern with these windows on the opposite side. I think that looks pretty all right. Do I want columns for here or no? I feel like if I did, it would have to be a lighter column, maybe to tie in some of this. I also think I'll put a little bit of ivy, and then maybe that can add in a bit more interest and color. What about a column like that? I don't love it. There is this column from, what's it called? High school years that matches that blue. But I don't know. Now I think we're kind of straying from what I was going for. So I think I might have to figure the last of that off camera. Figure it out off camera, I mean. I don't know if I fully finished my sentence. But we can do the fencing together. Now we could do actual fencing, or we could do a half wall situation and see where that gets us. I'm not sure which would be better. I think maybe the simplicity of the half wall would be good, just because I've kind of put a lot going on already, and yet it still doesn't feel like quite enough. But we're gonna try a half wall here, and I'll carry it all the way along the back here. I kind of wonder if maybe I make it one bigger over on this side, and then there's kind of a back porch situation. Would mean extending this out though, which I don't think is bad. I'll bring this in one though, so it lines up with that, and then it's more of like a walkway, and then maybe I can have some kind of sitting portion out here. Let's change the foundation paint back. Maybe I just match it with the wood up there so it's a bit more sleek. Or the other option is to actually use Snowy Escape, because I think theirs would match really well. Like, I know it's not the same pattern, but it's kind of similar. I feel like it looks cool. Maybe I'll try that. To paint the insides too. I can't do it by room because then it's gonna remove some of the paint I already did. So we'll have to do this a little tediously. And then we'll switch out the wall trim as well. All right. I think that looks pretty cool. I want a column to polish off this section here, but again, it has to be in that beige swatch, which actually the Snowy Escape ones come in clutch again. It's definitely lighter on the bottom than it is on the top, which does bug me slightly. But I don't know if I can get anything better. Also, this door is going to have to go, I believe. I don't think there's any door that is working for me right now. Okay, what about this giant one? Again, businesses and hobbies, but also a little more modern than I'd probably pick. But it kind of works. I'm gonna go into wall sculptures and see what details there is for us to put. Like, there's all this lattice. Can I maybe put it on a wood tone that matches better? That could maybe be pretty. honestly, I don't love it as much as I was hoping to. Which maybe I just need to use the debug ivy, but maybe there's roof sculptures we could put. I don't know if that would mess with the look, though. It's really hard to know. Like, I almost wonder about putting these, but these are meant to be more for, like, industrial buildings. And yeah, I think it kind of breaks up the sleek look of the house. So I'm gonna leave it like this. I'm gonna add my details and everything, try to finalize it off camera, and then we will move on to the inside. Alright, so here is the outside with all of the details added in. I did this cool feature here with the bars from Snowy Escape to kind of connect all the windows that I had, and I feel like that looks really cool. And I did it for all that type of window placement, I guess. I don't know how best to describe it, but then I also put this really cool pendant light from Businesses and Hobbies on the outside here, and I tried to make it a lot larger than it's supposed to be so that it could be kind of like a feature porch light, and I feel like that looks pretty epic, to be honest. And then I also put a couple of plants and a few drain pipes, just like a couple of extra, like, what would be the word? Oh, all my roof tiles are messed up. Realistic details, I guess. And yeah, so that's what it looks like. I put some more stuff back here as well. I have like a little fire pit here. I might add a door back here just based on the layout on the inside, which I'll show you. And then they have like an extremely tiny backyard. There's really nothing going on in here. But I think it looks super cool, and I think it's gonna look even better once we have all of the furnishings in. And this is what it looks like at nighttime. Because we do have a lot of windows, so I feel like the decorations on the inside will kind of decorate the outside as well, if that makes sense. And this is the morning light. I think it looks so pretty, and I just tried to match the landscaping with what I saw around. And so now we can come on to the inside. It looks a little crazy, I know. I do have a lot of placeholder furniture right now, but this is the general floor plan. So we've got a living room, dining room, entrance, bathroom, hallway, kitchen, and then I'm thinking it's going to be home to a really famous pottery artist. So I have their pottery studio here in their home office, and then we come upstairs and we have just like a little hallway with a seating area. Not sold on this little bit here just yet, but then we'll have 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom, 3 bedroom, a bathroom. And then up here, we're going to have this cool little hangout space, I guess. I don't know if we can make the carpet work. I did say I want to make it groovy and eclectic, so I thought maybe we could use the tiger carpet. But we'll see, because it's probably a bit too much. But that is the overall floor plan, so let's start decorating. I honestly want to start in the living room. I know usually I go like entrance and then work my way around, but the living room really speaks to me right now. These are also just placeholder things currently. I just have them there because I thought they looked cool, and we'll see if I need to use them later on. But actually, quickly before we do the living room, I was thinking about a sliding glass door right here, so maybe we can try that. If I can find a good one. Maybe just, ooh, this one, perhaps from, it's not Eco Lifestyle, what is this? Dream Home Decorator is the pack. We will have to move a couple of things around. Also, these chairs on the outside are from the Modern Retreat kit, the new one, and then the fireplace is Businesses and Hobbies. I have all of these Snowy Escape doors and windows going right now, but I'm kind of wondering if maybe the white in them is a bit too much. Like, I wonder if perhaps it should be either glass or just solid wood. Because now that I'm looking at it, it's kind of distracting from everything we have going on. Also, flooring and wallpaper is Businesses and Hobbies, by the way. But that's not my concern for right now. I want to do the living room and then we can sort the rest of it out. For here, I want a fireplace, hence the giant kind of chimney in the middle. Now, I did want to look at some of the newer stuff from the new kit, that is, but you know what? It might be too modern. Well, actually, in the other colors, it's not bad. It does have a really nice, like, marble stone texture to it, and I do kind of like how big of a mantle it gives you, but let me look at some other things. Oh, actually, I might try this fireplace on the outside. I feel like that suits the house a lot better with the square shape. In here, we could try the snowy escape one. I don't know if this is meant to be outdoor or not, but... Or we put the desert luxe one. That one we could kind of tuck into the wall a bit more. And it kind of looks like it's a feature, but we do have a matching one from Adventure Awaits. There we go. Just completely blanked on it. Oh, it doesn't match exactly though, and that's really gonna bug me. But I could probably just switch out the stone and everything. But I am looking at a reference photo for this living room, which is why I was so excited for it, because I feel like it would look cool in The Sims. So if I can remember, I'll put it on the screen. But this is the closest to the look I'm getting, but this part right here definitely feels too rustic. This could be an option as well from Horse Ranch. I did really like the look of the driftwood though. I guess I could also try like removing the wall and putting the fireplace in that. I'm not sure it's quite the same look, but... Or let's undo that quickly. Where we put like a glass window here and then the fireplace behind it. Again, not fully the look. It's almost like this little wood stove, but with a much smaller window. It goes like this, and then say we like, oh, well, we can't size it up because that's ginormous. I guess I could get a bit more specific with it, but... Ooh, maybe this one from Snowy Escape. Okay, I would say this is kind of the closest to the reference. We are supposed to have some kind of bump out here, but I don't know how I'm gonna add that in. You know what? I honestly wonder if it's better just like this. Again, this is Snowy Escape, and I think this looks really pretty. Maybe if we put some stone beneath it so it's not the wood. I don't know what kind of stone. I'd like something that matches that, but I don't know if we're gonna find it. That's pretty good, actually. This is from the Grange Mudroom kit, but surely I could find like a base game thing that would blend, right? Ooh, the Desert Luxe one's pretty good. Ooh, I actually think that stone from Jungle Adventure will be best. I mean, it's not exactly like, oops, like the reference picture, but I do think it's pretty cute. And it definitely looks like a cool modern. So I'm gonna roll with it for now. I guess if I really wanted something in the middle, I could do some of these wall pieces. What if I did them so that it kind of completely filled in the section? This is basically just making what we got from the new kit. I don't love that, to be honest. Maybe I could try just the vertical beams. Just something for a bit of extra texture. I guess we can try it, but what I mainly want to work on now is the actual seating situation. I found this chair from Businesses and Hobbies, which I think the pattern is just too perfect to pass up, and it's got the exact wood tone that I'm looking for. And then for sofas, we do have some new ones from the Modern Retreat kit, which are kind of like an elevated version of this base game one here, because it actually has pillows and looks comfy and not like a cardboard box. And this is really cute, but I think I might use this in the more casual spaces. For here, I kind of want some big L shapes, so we could do the Dream Home Decorator ones, but I was kind of thinking something that might fit better is this couch from Adventure Awaits. And you might be like, girl, that's not an L shape, but just wait, I will show you. I just have to pick the color. I mean, I really like this one because it matches the colors we've been going for, but I do think we need a bit more of a mixture in here. I kind of want to try this green one, but basically since it has no arms, you can just rotate it and connect them and it looks like an L shape. And I can put some pillows on there so it looks a bit more intentional, but I could really just make it as big as I wanted. Maybe I'll try like that. Yeah, but we could put pillows to cover that little glitch there. And then it'd be cute if we had maybe these two chairs on the end. Just like a really big hosting space. And with the view out the window, I think that's just gorgeous. I almost wonder if I could get another window here. And then maybe we could put a giant picture there. And I'll probably center this a little better, but I'll fix that afterwards. Yeah, I'm thinking something like this. Or maybe I go for a softer white here, and then we just have accents of a different color, because I was trying to go for natural textures. So we could go for natural colors as well, though I would argue green is a pretty natural color. But maybe there's a cool rug that can bring in the green. We did just get this rug from the free base game update, which is really pretty. I wonder if I try to like mix some patterns like this, or maybe I go a little bit more subtle with something like that. Could be a good option for dining as well. Oh, I feel like this rug is so groovy because I did think I wanted to go a little bit more eclectic with the furnishings on the inside, like very 70s, bold, that kind of thing, which does make me think of the Strangerville rug once I find it. This one here, because I know it has like the perfect patterns. That's just so good. I feel like I can't not use that one. Or this one, the orange one. Very 70s. I think maybe the green one. I'll need to center it with the fireplace. So does that mean I need to adjust my sofa? I feel like maybe that's too big of a sofa. Should I do it like that instead? I feel like that looks a little awkward. Okay, maybe I will just go for the kind of obscenely sized couch. If I put it all the way back there, it's not so bad. I don't know, it's pretty finicky. I guess we'll try this. I guess the other option would just be to size down the rug or to size it up. Honestly, either of those could work. The sized up actually doesn't glitch with the outside as much as I thought it would. But I feel like we could get it to almost the perfect size. I'm trying 1.6. I actually think that fits pretty good. What if I put a different rug in the center and layered them? Okay, I actually think that's pretty ugly, so we won't do that. I think what would be better actually would be a coffee table, perhaps in this red sort of wood color, and then we can fill in the more beige gap in the middle. Could also go with like yellow furniture. That mustard yellow color is really pretty with the rug, but I'll try something more neutral for now. I was kind of wondering if I get a really big coffee table, like one of these giant square ones. I don't know if any of them are quite the right vibe though. That's kind of a cool piece. I'm actually not so sure that I'm sold on the rug anymore. I feel like maybe this could go in a bedroom or something. But I feel like for down here, it's not really matching what I have going. Like, I think maybe in the end I will go for something a bit more subtle and less like funky colors and patterns. I'm not sure now. Like okay, actually I think I like that a lot better. We might take the more muted approach than what I was originally thinking, because I feel like that's just a really elegant and like chic combo. Let's get a TV on the fireplace here. We could put something ginormous, or we could go a little bit more tame with it. Maybe I'll try this flat screen, but just size it down a bit. And we'll put it there. That's pretty good. It's probably as subtle as we're gonna get, because the only other thing I have is from the rewards event, but I don't think any of these are quite what I'm looking for. Oh, also I forgot to say this rug is, I believe, Modern Retreat as well. So let's now get our coffee table. I could go back to that funky one from high school years that had the multiple woods. I think that looks really cool, actually. Does this kit come with a coffee table? Oh yeah, it does. Oh, cool. It's this one. I was saying in my last video that I thought this was meant to be a sun lounger. It's not. It's meant to be a coffee table, which I see that now, but I was thinking it's the slats. I thought it like propped up, but it's definitely a coffee table. And one that I think I'll actually use today. Ooh, what if we layered some? Like I could add in this one from high school years beneath it with maybe that more subtle pattern. I mean, it's not really a subtle pattern, but subtle jewel earth tones kind of complements everything else and ties in the wood from the couch, I would say. I could put that there, or I could put that in between those, but I like it better as like a shape contrast here. Some really big overarching light would be really nice, but I don't know if I have anything like that. I think there's like the closest thing I have is this vampires one, but that's not exactly what I'm going for. I'm pretty sure there's one in some other pack, but I don't think it's a pack that I have. This is the one that comes with the new kit. I don't think I want it for this space. That one. I mean, this growing together one is okay, but I was really thinking of one of those really big pendant lights. Maybe this could go in between the chairs. It's an option. We'll keep it there for now. Yeah, none of these lights are really what I'm looking for right now. Oh, I could try something like this from Lovestruck as an over the coffee table thing. Though if you're sitting trying to watch TV, that's just not really realistic at all. I also have to paint the ceiling, I'm realizing. But it looks so pretty over the coffee table. I can put that in the dining table instead. Or we even just put it in this corner as kind of the side table light almost. It's kind of cool. I don't know if maybe it's better in that corner and then maybe a big plant here. It's interesting, all right. Let me try a plant over here. We have a couple of really big palm plants that I think I could try. Like there's this one from Lovestruck. Oh, there's this one from the farm to table kit, or garden to table, farm to table. Now I can't remember which it is, but there's that. Or there's the one from Paranormal. Ooh, or even this one from Island Living. Or the For Rent one. This is just a classic. Such a pretty plant. Maybe I could do a combo of this with a fern. This is the one from Paranormal I was just talking about. And I never get the chance to use that because it's such a big item, like the box of it, that it's just always clipping with my walls. But it could actually work here. Or maybe we even put it up here. It's really being difficult with the platform. Okay, none of these tall plants want to agree with me right now. I think this one might be too tall. I feel like, yeah, it does clip ever so slightly. So I guess we're gonna go ahead and pick the For Rent one. Let's look for a really big painting right here. I was kind of thinking the one from Get Famous, because there's a lot of good like swatches to it, but I'm just now seeing there is a new painting from that update they just gave us, and this is, whoa, wait, this is beautiful. I completely missed this in my last one. Stop, it's so pretty, and the colors are kind of perfect for what I'm going for here. Wait, how am I supposed to pick? I really like this one, or just these colored blocks. I think we'll do the colored blocks because that one has more green, so I feel like it really ties it in. I'll do it with the wooden frame so it kind of blends, but I'll show you the picture I was thinking of originally, which would be this one from Get Famous. Yeah, I actually think this new base game one is way better for the space. Oh, and of course we have to put in curtains because look at all these windows. And it's gonna have to be one of the ones with the attached bars, so I'll pull out all our options here. I mean, I think I already know which ones I'm gonna go with, but just to be safe. And there's one more, which would be from For Rent. I believe this one here. I'm just trying to get them to clip to the height. Okay, so we have Adventure Awaits, Desert Luxe, and For Rent. I'm thinking these ones from adventure weights are not quite what I need for here. Though that color does work pretty well, but I'm not sure it's the aesthetic I'm going for. Then we have these really chic ones. I guess that's just going to be my new favorite word for the day. From Desert Luxe. And then there's these ones from For Rent, which are definitely a lot more out there with the pattern. But the red is kind of gorgeous with this color scheme. Okay, well, I was thinking I was going to go with Desert Luxe, but now I'm actually a little bit torn with these ones here. I think maybe I'll try these. And I'm using the medium wall height version just so that they kind of cascade all the way down. Just trying to get them to the height, but it's not working if they're not on the window, but I don't actually want to block the windows with these. Maybe what I could do, since they fully block the windows anyways, is just cover the little bump outs in windows. I will color them in as well, just in case you ever do see them for some reason. And then we can just put the curtains over that, because it blocks them anyways. But if I delete the window, I think it deletes the curtain. And I'm not sure there's a way to do it without that. Yeah, it kind of just deletes them both. But I think that's okay because you don't really see them, or I can at least maybe fix them off camera. I think I prefer a different wall mount though than the ones that they come with. Maybe if I could find one that blends in better. At least like a darker color, like this one here. I think the beige is too much. I feel like it's going to draw your eye upwards since it's like higher contrast with the wall. But that's not really the look that I'm going for. So I'm going to try to scale up these other ones and see if I can put it over top. I adjusted the curtain mounts and everything, and I think this looks so awesome. I love how this looks. I mean, I'm recently just a sucker for green and red as a color combo. Not in a Christmas way, just in a like gorgeous color combination. They are complementary, so it makes sense, but like this combo here, it doesn't give Christmas, it just looks cool, at least I think. So now we can kind of focus on some of the decorations. It's going to be less cluttered than I usually do, just given the style, but I still think it's going to be quite adorable. There's this little bar tray here from the Modern Retreat kit. That looks really pretty on this table. I really wish it was functional though, as I said in my last video. I'm just going to try to find all of the most natural looking decorations I can. Like there's this wicker basket from Horse Ranch, which actually, if I put a plant in it, could look really cool. Though there might even be a plant that already kind of looks like this, but it would let me get more specific with like the foliage. But I mean, this one from the Sleek Bathroom Kit is actually a pretty good substitute. Okay, back to the decorations. Oh, I do want lots of like vases and pottery since they are going to be a pottery artist. So I want to make sure there's a lot of their stuff around, or stuff that they found from like other people's work. This is a new little statue also from the Modern Retreat kit. It's a little bird. I like it with the color. Maybe they could both be artists. Like I was kind of thinking it's a couple who lives here with their kids, and maybe one's like a sculpture artist with like woodworking and one's a pottery artist. Oh, you can snap things to the top of this. I did not even know that. Okay, maybe we'll save this big pot for somewhere else, and then we can just do a little collection here with the bird and the other pots. Oops, not on that table though. Maybe I'll do the red color. Oh, this woven basket will also be good somewhere. Oh, what if we put some paintings against the wall? Actually aren't gonna fit how I thought they would. Maybe over here? I was kind of thinking in more of that older looking one. Maybe not there. I kind of think simple's gonna be better in this area. Oh, here's another good ceramic item. This is from For Rent. I'll do more of that mint green. And that can kind of be our decorations for there. Oh, let me get out the pillows though. We now have a lot of new ones in base game, so I'm gonna show you that. My suspicion is that we'll probably use the ones that we just got from that most recent base game update that was inspired by West Africa. And it has probably the most fitting patterns for this area. Once I find it, maybe I'll just search pillow and hope it comes up. It did not, so that's really just making it difficult for me. I don't know what category it's under, but I guess we can filter by base game. Decorations? I mean, we don't have much in base game, so it's got to come up somewhere, surely. Maybe it's under sculptures for some reason. Oh, there's that new item from the same update, which seems very applicable for here. Am I just completely scrolling past the pillow? Because right now I can only find those two. Oh, okay, I found it. Okay, it's called a cushion instead of a pillow for this one. But immediately you can see that it's gonna work perfect. Oh, I think that color or this color. Really like that. And then for the woven basket, maybe this one here. I'll put it beside this chair or the fireplace. I also don't really like this color combo happening right here, so I'm gonna switch it up. Something more like that, maybe a little more neutral. Yeah, I think that's a lot better. I'm just gonna go ahead and delete those ones because I know I'm gonna want to use these ones instead. Could do 3 in this corner, but the back 2 will be more neutral looking. And then the one in the front can be patterned. But I think this will let us cover up the kind of glitching that happens the best. And this will still be functional, as far as I know. I'll put another one there, with another one behind it. Should this one switch colors, or patterns rather? I think it's kind of cute like that. If we could just have a blanket draping over the back, then we would be golden. But unfortunately, that is not an option. Okay, I think this looks so awesome for a living room. I am so unbelievably happy with this because this is a style I never decorate in, but I feel like it looks really good, humbly, of course. But with that done and the tone kind of set for the rest of the build, let's just make our way around, starting with the dining room next. Suddenly it looks very dark in this house, and I don't know why. It looked fine like before I started recording. Now it looks kind of a bit too dim. Also, these kind of sculpture items from, I think it's from Get Together. I don't know if they have any use on the inside though, so I'm just gonna put them outside. I don't know if we will use this rug or not, but I do have it there. Let me take a look at what we could use as a dining table. I feel like this is gonna really be a feature, so I've got to choose it wisely. We could use this one from the farm to table or garden to table, which is the second new kit that we got, and I am completely blanking on the name. It's kind of cool, but maybe not exactly what I'm looking for. Honestly, what if we tried this one that we got added? I feel like it's a few years ago now, but it was added by a CC creator. Hey Harry, you can see it there, but it's as a base game item. It's really gorgeous. I wonder if we could use that. I don't know if it's too simple though. Don't think I want a glass countertop. All of the big tables look a little too fancy for what I was going for. I feel like this table would look cool in the pottery studio because it's a lot more rustic looking. Oh, what about actually this one from Adventure Awaits? It's got nice texture to it and good color options. I think with the two-toned wood, that's kind of cool. I'm pretty sure when I was first featuring this pack, I said that I didn't prefer that, but for this house specifically, I actually think it works pretty well. I don't think I want that rug for the dining table, so I'm just going to move it again, and then we'll see. I really don't know what rug is going to be best for in here. Some of these I think are probably too traditional. There's this really soft sage green one from Businesses and Hobbies, which maybe we could use and then have more drastic chairs. Or what if we put the zebra print rug? Wait a minute. It's definitely faux zebra, okay? I mean, well, first off, a zebra would never make a rug this big, but it's just a print. It's not real. Yeah, I'm gonna try it, and then we're gonna do some kind of funky dining chair. Maybe something with green. We do have this one to match the chairs over there, which is cool, but I think I want to mix even more patterns, so I don't think I'll use that one. Okay, this is the one from garden to table, farm to table. At some point in this video, I'll remember what it's called. I know it's something to table though, so. What if we mixed it with a cow print? Is that a bit much? It's becoming like the jungle room or something. Maybe not. Oh, I know this chair, this matches the Hey Harry set that I was just showing, but it comes in really pretty green, which feels really applicable. But I was kind of thinking of it being a little more patterned than that. But perhaps it's okay to not be. This one from Life and Death is also pretty cool. But I like the warm toned green a little bit better. Oh, or there's the one from Adventure Awaits to match, kind of. I'm gonna go with the green ones. I think I like them the best. Didn't know if maybe I should do something as cool, like head of the table chairs, but maybe it's nice if they're all the same. Yeah, I really like the natural palette and patterns and textures and everything that we have going. I wonder if I could bring a fireplace over to this side, but maybe just a single tile, like this one from Eco Lifestyle. Again, it's got the red too, so I feel like we're connecting these well. So I've gone with warmer tones in here than I did in the living room, so I don't know if I need to adjust that, but I don't know, for now I think it's okay. The issue with choosing such a bold curtain over there is that I either have to continue it into this room since it's technically open concept, or I have to go no curtain, or I have to go super simple. I feel like the super simple would be best, but I don't know if it's going to look kind of weird if you can see this one over there. Maybe I can try the same pattern, but not with that same curtain style. Does that make sense? Like, it's not the ones that you can pull across, it's the ones that just hang on the rod. I do think I like that though. We just put in, oh, for some reason I cannot draw a wall there. I was gonna say we could just put in the full wall, but actually we can't. Could do that. I don't know. I think we'll leave it like this. Or do I just continue it? I'm so stuck, to be honest. Okay, I did lower the other ones manually, which I'll try to do here, but I don't even know what I went with. It was like minus 0.8. Oh, that's actually pretty good. Okay, well, I would say that I got that just about first try. I just need to scale these up so they match the other ones. Okay. I think that'll work. And I can always come back if in the end I decide it's not going to work. For beside here, maybe there I could put a painting on the floor. It's kind of a tight walkway though, so I don't know if I want to risk blocking that. Maybe I can just rest it against here. Though in the reference photo of the living room, it was more the layout I was going for more than anything, and like the fireplace feature, but there was a bookshelf or some sort of shelving storage unit over here on this side. I don't actually think I like the paintings there because they kind of block the rest, or not the rest, it doesn't block anything, but you can see the back of it over the wall is what I'm trying to say. I don't think I want that bookshelf, but a bookshelf would be nice. I always see this as a retail bookshelf, which I mean makes sense because it's from Businesses and Hobbies. It's just the way the books are displayed, but I do like the wood tone, so I think we're gonna go with that. And then it is a really big room, but I want to kind of put some big feature light in the center. We could either do these tassel ones from Love Struck, which are quite pretty. Oh, I actually do really like them. I want this size, but just not as low. But there is no in between. I guess I could shrink them, but then they're maybe too small. Either that or these ones from Desert Luxe. They also have a really nice natural look to them. I think we'll go with the slightly more simple version, which will be these Love Struck ones. Okay, what if I merged a couple of them? It's not so simple anymore. It's actually way too busy, so we're just gonna go with that. And then from down here, yeah, that's quite nice. Over here, we have a lot of space. Could we fit a bar? I wonder. I don't know if we can do it in a cute way, but we can certainly try. There's this one from Desert Luxe, which is really nice, but I was thinking maybe the single tile one from Love Struck instead. Somewhere in here. Ooh, or a little half circle bar. This is from Businesses and Hobbies, and I think it looks perfect. Oh, the wood texture on that is so pretty. I don't think I've ever gotten the chance to use this, but this is like exactly what I need for this space. I don't know if I should look for the single tile still, just to be safe. Oh, it's right here. Well, it doesn't even really compare to this half circle one. So we're gonna do this. It's just a matter of where I place it. Because I do have everything centered right now. I like it like this, I just don't know if it's actually functional that way. Maybe if I tuck it into the wall a bit more. That looks kind of weird. I'm gonna leave it there and hope it works, but if not, I guess we could actually just move a couple things. That's not bad, but now I feel like this space is kind of awkward. Should I put some kind of ottoman maybe? Like a little seating situation? Or maybe some kind of table? I don't know, then I think there's a lot of surfaces. Maybe some low sitting plant? How do I feel about that? I don't know if I love that, but I don't know what else to fill in the space with. I think another rug is maybe too much. Maybe I could put just a small circle rug here. Maybe. I don't know. I think I'm gonna have to think on that and come back to it. But for now, I think this spot looks really cute. What if maybe instead we put the curtain here and then we could put a painting there, and I think that could be better for the space. Maybe I could fit these ones back here with something above it, or is that kind of strange? think maybe the yellow is good. I'm gonna size it up though, so it fills out the space a lot better. I'm also using a lot of stuff from Snowy Escape in this build, and I'm now thinking that it would look so beautiful in Mount Komorebi, and I'm kind of wondering if maybe I put it in there as a part of my save file whenever that mega one gets done, because right now I'm kind of just focusing on my Wismar Hills save file, but maybe this one will make a feature somewhere. Oh, there's also all this pottery art, again, that I'll have to put somewhere for businesses and hobbies. That's just debug stuff, but I will want to find a place for it. Ooh, this will also be a nice item somewhere. I don't know if I need to fill up this side of the wall or not. What about a mirror? Is it a little bit random? I think it might be. Okay, I do want something for under there though. Either like a little chair or a little cushion, maybe like this perhaps. It does bring in more of that cool toned green, which we saw over there. Maybe something longer though. I'm gonna go under miscellaneous in comfort. Ooh, there's this stone bench. That could be a cool feature. Or there's this one, which really looks like a sun lounger, if you ask me. Oh, but it does have the exact green from over here. Well, I think that answers that. It's got cool texture, pattern, perfect color. Nice. All right, lastly, let's get a bunch of plants in here because I'm realizing how lacking it is currently. This tree is possibly too large for this house. Maybe on the outside somewhere, but even there, it's probably a little bit big. This one from Lovestruck is pretty, but I don't know. It looks more like an outdoor plant to me at this moment. There's this cool thing, but I don't think that's going to work for this spot. Oh, maybe just something simple like this from Island Living, but it has the really pretty woven texture again. I don't know if I need something opposite of it to balance it out, or if that's getting too symmetrical. I kind of prefer the asymmetry here. I'm going to go into debug and filter by businesses and hobbies, and we're going to see what pottery stuff we can throw in. I don't even know what this is, but I guess we can use it. I think it'd look very cool if we actually put it by this plant but sized it up. If that's the case, we'll need one other small thing in front of it. Oh, I like this. Oh, it fits on top of the fireplace. Oh, that's adorable. Definitely using that. Oh, there's the little gnome as well. Wait, I actually forgot how many like cool kind of sculpture items that we have from businesses and hobbies in terms of dividers. Now I feel like I might need to rethink a couple of things, like especially this one here. That's so beautiful. Okay, I'm gonna put that somewhere up here. Oh, it actually works really well with the new kit. I'll put that in the bedroom or something. This is a pottery candle. I definitely like that. Maybe I should use the other one here, this more candle warmer. And I'll put that in the living room. Or actually, maybe I should put the candlesticks. They're not from businesses and hobbies. They're from Lovestruck, but I think it'll add a super pretty glow. Yeah, very cool. I'll put one on the table there, along with a plant. We'll just have all sorts of things on this table, I think. Okay, I'm gonna put this vase here from Horse Ranch with the kind of trio over there. I'm gonna have a candle here, a candle here. Maybe I'll get some shakers too for a touch of realism. Oh, and there's a kind of dish basket again from the new kids. There's only so many times I could say that. I think you guys are probably gonna get tired of hearing that, so I'll probably stop saying it. But I want you guys to know where everything's from. Okay, currently it is evading my vision. Ooh, the natural cutting board. That looks very nice right there. There's the whole basket of fresh goodies. I want the one with the dishes though. Oh, perfect. It's right here. Okay. Maybe I can do some kind of combo like this. Okay, very good. Gonna use which swatch of these plates? Maybe these ones here with the dark basket and the more orange plates. And then for cutting board, I'll do a darker cutting board for contrast. And a green planter pot. This is a very nice dining space, if I do say so myself. I'm quite pleased with it. Let me just center this light. And I'm gonna say that's good for that. I can't get over how cool this build is looking. I'm genuinely so happy. So I think we'll do kitchen next, because that's another big room we can tackle. Alright, I deleted the ugly placeholder counters that I had there, so now we're going to go in and try to find our own. Now, you might be asking yourself, what is with this wallpaper combo? And I'm asking myself a little bit of the same question. But I want to see if I can make it work. I don't know if maybe I just need to embrace it and it all should be tile, and that's absolutely not the case. We're not doing that. That looked bad. But maybe we can make it work somehow. I kind of want to try... I was going to say I want to try green, but the paint isn't working. That was very strange. It's almost like my wall isn't there. Okay, well I guess that means it wants to be orange today. Or maybe it should be all brown with like the orange tile. I don't know if the all orange walls are too much. I am looking at a reference photo, however. And the tile is white for that. Also, these tiles right now that I'm using are from Lovestruck. They're really pretty. I quite enjoy them. They have a couple of funkier patterned ones as well, but I kind of just wanted the solid tone for this. But my first thought instinctively would be this counter from Base Game. I feel like it's kind of the exact look that I want. The question is, what color? Now this color matches really nice with the green that we have been using, but I was kind of picturing like a lime green like this. But honestly, a combo of these two would be kind of funky. However, the accent pieces don't exactly match, so I can't really do that. So I actually really think that tile has to go. Or it just needs to be more of a solid tone. Even then, I don't know. Let me just put in the wood for now, and maybe we can try either the orange on the bottom, or we just go for something way more subtle like this. I think that has to be better, because I put those floor tiles in when I was originally thinking I might go for more of the groovy sort of route, but since we're going a bit more tame and natural, I think it makes sense to switch. I mean, this green from Life and Death is also really perfect, but I'm not sure the style of it is cool enough for what I'm going for. Like, it's a very traditional style, and I want this house to have some, you know, mid-century modern flair. This island living counter could actually work really well. It's got nice wood tones to it, and I kind of like the darker countertop, but it comes with a lighter version if I wanted. I also kind of like this from Dream Home Decorator. I wasn't thinking I'd have this many options. Ooh, that one could also be pretty good. Shoot. Okay, I would say it's between these three. Oh, I could go the full green counter route. That's kind of cool too. Maybe I do something like this with perhaps green cabinets. Maybe, oh, these ones from For Rent are also really pretty. Who gave me this many options? And why am I expected to pick? I'm just gonna line them up like this, and this will be the kitchen. We'll just have one of each. I don't know why all the counters have to be appealing today. Usually I only want to use like one set of counters and it's fairly simple, but I guess there's a lot we could do for this kind of style. I really like the look of these ones too from Snowy Escape, but I'll be honest, I don't want to clutter all of that surface down there, so we'll eliminate that one. Okay, that leaves me with these. Yeah, I feel no closer to having a decision. I don't know, the color-drenched counters are so pretty for the look that I'm going for, but it's not necessarily the shade of green that I was envisioning. I've decided on the more dark green counters in the end, and then I think since they are kind of similar in style and like basic, well, they're the exact same style, but kind of similar in, I guess, their color scheme. If you switch the swatch, we will have little accents of that kind of lime green coming through. I think mainly in like a counter or cabinet feature, less so in the counter. Like something like that, I think we can combine them better than we can with the counters. But in terms of layout, let me do some thinking here. For starters, they all need to be on a full tile. This spot here could be a fridge. Then I was mainly thinking of having like a giant island in the middle. And I don't really want to block any of these lower windows, so I don't know if we'll have counters running along this side. I'm gonna try the island here. I could do just a square one, but I was personally kind of thinking of doing like a little round one. I don't know if it should be 4 tiles long though. Maybe that's a bit crazy. It's honestly kind of cool when it just cuts off like that. I'm also just going to delete a light because it makes the counters very bright when you have 2 of them. Okay, this is cool, but I definitely think too big. I'm going to try it so it's just the one in the middle. And then that way we could sinker? I meant to say center the sink. That just did not come out correct at all. But we can put the sink in the middle here. Or maybe a stove feature. The issue with the door beam right there is that I can't add anything here unless I move it over. which I guess I could just move it over, but then it's off-centered. But honestly, I might prefer the counter space, so we'll try it. Also, I want this long cabinet here, and I was thinking that maybe instead we just take the longer piece instead of stacking the two. I could even fully remove that. Oh, what about if we combined it with these cabinets from Home Chef Hustle? That's actually really nice looking. I like the little bit of light that it has, and it has both the wooden element there and kind of the sleek chocolate brown look. But I don't know if it pairs that well with the counters that we have going. I just spent the last 20 or so minutes trying to sort out this kitchen. It was giving me so much trouble. I decided to scrap the reference photo because it was making everything I was doing a little bit more complicated, so I just got rid of it. And this is what we have now. I've gone for this olive green with chocolate brown. I think it looks very cool. I'm debating if I switch the green to more of this darker green that I've been using around the house. But for now, I don't know. I kind of like the contrast of the light green with the dark green. So we're going to go with it. In terms of cabinets and whatnot, I have these ones from Base Game, these ones from the Home Chef Hustle kit. And then I know I said I didn't want to clutter it, and I still won't because it's an island and you can barely see anything, but I am using the ones from Snowy Escape. So we have chocolate brown tones all around, and we're using a lot of different packs. Over here, I was thinking this could be kind of like the cooktop area, like we can put the stove, the oven, and whatnot. And I thought it'd be kind of cute if it had its own little section. Felt a bit funky to me. But for over here, I did want a sink for right in the middle of the island. Just something that's gonna slot in there nicely. Oh, this is from the... Okay, guys, I also did figure out the name of the kit. It's garden to table. Okay, so every time I was saying farm to table, that was incorrect. But we got this new sink from that kit, and it actually matches kind of perfectly. I don't know if I can slot it in here. It's not a perfect fit there, because, I mean, it's not meant to be, but... Could I put that somewhere else? Just looks really nice, and I like the stone on it. Maybe I'll put that in some bathroom or something. But for here, I think I just need one of these sinks that actually slot into the counter. If I'm using Home Chef Hustle, I could just stick with that. Or we could try, this one from Snowy Escape instead. Though for some reason, I was going to say for some reason I couldn't get to the swatch selector, but I have fixed that. Kind of like that more blue stone looking counter. Sink. What is this? Maybe I'll just put it as the silver. Okay, and then we also need a fridge, which maybe could go there. Originally I was thinking I put it here, but now I've kind of messed up the order here. Let me see. Ooh, I can get the fridge in the matching chocolate brown, which is very nice. I wonder though about maybe having a green fridge instead to kind of tie in the wall. The red is kind of cool as well. What else do we have? We have this one. I don't think I'm gonna find any fridge that's in this kind of green. We can get this one from Life and Death, but I really don't like the glass on it, so I don't think I'll be picking that. Oh, or we could even bring in some nice wood tones with the Snowy Escape one. I just don't really want the dual toned wood. I guess we could go with this one actually. It matches the countertops pretty, or the cabinets pretty perfectly. Yeah, I think the bit of wood definitely adds to this as well. Okay, it just does not want to fit very well. Maybe I'll do something like this instead. And then we won't have that little cook area. It was mainly because I wanted to use this corner shelf from Home Chef Hustle, but I wonder if it looks a little bit awkward in here. Maybe it's okay. Yeah, we'll tuck the fridge off to the side there, and then we'll have it all laid out like this. Let's take a look at our stove options. So we can, using Dream Home Decorator, we can separate the countertop from the oven, and that allows for some more custom looks. But I don't know if I'm gonna do that, because the thing is, you can't put the oven detached part underneath it. Like, it has to be on a separate counter, at least I believe, which is not quite what I want and not the best space saving, because this actually isn't as big of a kitchen as I originally thought. Oh, I could get the green in with this stove from Parenthood. I love this stove. It's one of my favorite ones of all time. Then we also have this one from Snowy Escape. Ooh, I didn't realize it came in green with wooden handles. Oh, this is kind of a hard pick, because I think the one that would match it would be this. Or maybe I could do that one. I really like the wood accents though. Oh, Life and Death has a pretty green one as well. But not exactly what I'm looking for. I actually think I'm gonna go with this one, and we'll just mix and match a couple of wood tones here. I won't be able to center it with the sink, which could very well bug me. What if the stove went in the middle? Oh no, that looks bad. We won't do that. Okay, yeah, it's definitely not going to be centered, and we'll tuck it off to the corner so it looks a bit more intentionally uncentered, I guess. And then we can throw a range hood above that. Maybe I'll just slot in this one from Life and Death. Again, it's got that green trim, so that works. What other appliances do we need? Well, we've got the main three. A coffee maker could be really nice, or a kettle. I really like this retro coffee maker from the Restoration Workshop kit. Ooh, or maybe a microwave. I always like to put kettles in my builds though, just because I find them the most versatile. So we'll do it like this. We'll have clutter, kettle, empty space for food prep, or actually, we could probably clutter that one up as well, because I think I'll leave these corner bits empty, so your sim should be able to prep on there. But if for some reason they can't, just delete the clutter on one of these counters and it'll be fine. I'm gonna put in a trash can before I forget. Maybe we should give them the really bougie one that gives you money when you throw things out. I also think I still have my green filter on. I'm going to use this little one from Snowy Escape because it matches the fridge. What we really need over here is some bar stools to go along the island here. It's a question of which ones. Ooh. These ones from Desert Luxe are pretty cool. These ones are from Get Famous, but the green swatches are not what I need, but it does come in that like rusty orange color. This one should have our green from Life and Death, which is actually pretty good. I think maybe just a fun color and less of a fun shape for the chairs, since there's already a lot going on. Could do leather stools from Businesses and Hobbies. Those ones are kind of fun from Love Struck. I was going to say Life and Death. It's not Life and Death. Too colorful for that. Okay, but I'm actually thinking the life and death ones are my preference at the moment. Ooh, wait a minute. We could do a little callback to the chairs over in the living room, because there is bar stools with the perfect wood tone and a little bit of pattern. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and pick those. They look so oddly spaced out on this side. I wonder if maybe instead of curved pieces, it's a square at the end. That looks kind of silly. I guess we'll just have to embrace how spaced out they are, because I can't actually fix that because that's where they slot to. Unless I put like even more in between. I don't know, I kind of prefer the 3, I think. That's all of our basic appliances sorted out, so now we can just go in and do all of the fun things, which is decorating. Again, I want lots of porcelain objects, lots of pottery, things like that. So we'll try to do that mixed in with a little bit of kitchen clutter, and we'll see what we come up with. Put it all on this counter for now and then find homes for it afterwards, and I'll come back to you when I have all of that clutter sorted. I have all my clutter here now. It looks chaotic, I know, but as per usual, we'll just go through items one by one and find a home. And I'm not even sure all of this is going to be applicable, because I didn't want to go for the most cluttered look in here. I kind of wanted it to be a bit more minimal, I guess. But we will see where the wind takes us. This item here, this vase, is from Island Living. Ooh, the green is really good. And then this lantern is from For Rent, and I really liked the natural textures of it, so I thought we could throw it in here. I put so much clutter that I can't even see what's going on anymore. Oh, maybe there's the thing from Garden to Table. This one here with all of the veggies and stuff. I really like the look of that, so I'm definitely going to put that over here perhaps. Now there's a lot of big things here, so we kind of need some smaller things to break it up, like perhaps a candle. And the mortar and pestle, because you know I have to put it in my kitchen build. Then I also have like a knife rack and spice racks and stuff. Things are a little more kitchen oriented. For the sink, I have this soap well, they're dispensers, but soap tray. That's what we're gonna call it. This is from the Sleek bathroom kit. And I'm just gonna put it over on the corner here. But it really wants to snap to these counters. Okay, that might be as good as we're gonna get, honestly, without it snapping. Okay, maybe I can mess around with it more off camera, but it's too difficult right now. And, well, not even difficult, just boring. I'm gonna put the knife rack over here, I believe. I also have this little plant pot from Garden to Table as well, which I was mentioning in the last video is gorgeous because it comes with different leaf variations within the same pot, like plant pot, which is just gorgeous. So maybe we can put that, but already I'm thinking it looks a lot more cluttered than I was intending. I think, why don't we put the plants over on the island there as sort of a centerpiece, and then over here we can have some more of the kitchenwares. Did I use this pot over in the living room? Oh, I didn't actually. I didn't use it over here either. Okay, so I'll definitely use that. Also, part of the reason I wanted to do this whole build is because of this little like footstool chair thing. I don't even, oh, it's just a side table, but it's so like quirky and definitely unique and eclectic, and I really wanted to include it in this build, and I'm just now realizing that I hadn't. Like, I almost feel like it should go over here by the fireplace. Maybe we could stack something on it, but I really want to include that somewhere. We will see where, but yeah, I just wanted to point that out because I found it while I was searching and completely forgot about it. Okay, I think I'm going to use this one instead from Island Living. I like it for the kitchen. I do think maybe the two tall objects should be divided up though. Or we just need one other thing right in the center here. Oh, maybe I could put the eggs there. A couple of these. Yeah, like it's a lot of 3 tall objects, so something's got to shrink. Or maybe the vase will shrink and I'll put the lantern in the corner. And then the sculpture can go beside it. Maybe the scale could go... Well, actually I'm kind of running out of space here. Oh wait, I think I did say that I can clutter up this side though, because I'm leaving some of the island countertops blank. So it should function fine. I'm gonna line some things up like that. There's this plant object from Modern Retreat, which I was thinking about using. I don't know if I'm sold on it though. I'm gonna use this cutting board again because I just think it's so perfect for this build, so I want to use it. We could do a couple of plate stacks as well. I did have these ones from Businesses and Hobbies because I was thinking maybe one of the parents in this house has made them or something, but I might like it better for these plates instead. Okay, I'll put this drink tray behind the kettle. I will say, so far all of this has been pretty like straightforward, I guess. Like it's all just kind of come to me, I guess. But now with the kitchen, I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing with this style of decoration, because obviously based on my typical types of builds, I would clutter every ounce of the counters, but now I'm thinking simple might be better for this, and that is very weird. I don't know the best way to do this. I don't really like everything just lined up like that. I feel like that's kind of weird. Maybe I can put the scale beside the kettle with a small-ish plant on top of it. What do we have that I could put there? I have these ones, also from Garden to Table. Maybe... Oh, I don't even know. This feels so weird. I don't know how to decorate a kitchen in this style. Maybe something angled is what we need. Also don't know about the candlestick. I think I'm going to move that. Okay, I honestly don't know how to get it any better in here, so I guess this is the kitchen. Oh, I really like that knife set for this. Oh, fun! We can do different egg swatches. Oh, that's so pretty. Okay, love that. I'll delete this. Oh, there's even more stuff under here. Okay, what did we have? We had that, and we had this little basket. I will maybe keep the basket out and do it like that. Oh, I don't know. I just don't know. I'm just gonna come over and do the island. I'm gonna try to move just about everything though, because it wants to snap. Islands are kind of a hard thing to decorate. I never really know what to put in the center. I'm thinking for this one, it should be this vase here. Maybe the vase with the plant, and then we can put the food there. Actually, gonna put the plant more towards the front here. Okay, I think I need one other thing in the middle here. Either like a candle or maybe another plant. I do think it would be a fun idea to have some big pendant light over the island, so I'm gonna throw that in afterwards. First, just want to find like a little candle, I think. Maybe I'll try this one from Businesses and Hobbies again. Just gonna move all of the countertops. See, but then with it like that, then I feel like I need another thing over here. So I feel like the balance is just getting completely thrown off. Maybe it would be best if I put the plant more to the left here. We can put this in the middle and then have the soap follow suit. And then we will have this, or maybe instead of the veggies, we just do the vase. I could throw in the veggies over here because it does kind of look like they're actively cooking in that corner. So I do like that. Okay, good compromise. And then we just have a bunch of nice natural elements in here. Oh, you know what I am going to do though? Because I'm feeling very nitpicky today. We're going to move the candle to the left, if the counters will let me. And then we'll put the plant in the middle. Oh, these counters are so annoying to decorate with, honestly. But I think that's good. Yeah, I will take that. All right, now let's just get a cool pendant light in here and maybe a rug and maybe some curtains. The Desert Luxe ones would be pretty appropriate. Ooh, or this one from Cats and Dogs. It's got the pretty macrame on it. Ooh, or even just the Snowy Escape ones. Those are really pretty, actually. I really like the more simple look of them and kind of the geometric look. I feel like it suits the kitchen. I'm gonna throw in some curtains. I don't know which ones. I could just do Desert Luxe. This corner feels really empty, actually. Let me put a plant in there before I do the curtains. And then off in this corner, I'm gonna put this little vase from City Living. And I'm gonna keep this little rack, but I'm gonna size it down. Kind of want a second plant over here. Okay, back to the curtains. I think something on a curtain rod will be best. The beads are always really fun. Could do like big Businesses and Hobbies ones. It doesn't feel like a kitchen curtain though. I almost need like blinds, but cool blinds. If that's even a thing. Something like this is good. Ooh. It's nice with the green that kind of blends in with the wall. I like that. It's subtle. Okay, for along here, I would like to throw in a rug. If there's a good one. Like, I almost just want to size down this woven one and use it as kind of like the sink mat. Oh, with the dark green. Oh, that's perfect. Okay, I'm gonna say that's good for the kitchen. I am obsessed with this. I don't know what it is about this house, but it's just looking so cool. And I think I'm biased because I love the color combo that I'm going with. But next, let's move on to something super fun and do the office and the pottery studio. We'll start in this little room with the office, and I'm imagining these doors could slide shut. Also, for any of these areas that might look a bit unfinished and like sparse and empty or have random filler furniture, don't worry, I am going to fix all of that, but it'll likely be off camera because it feels a little tedious to do on camera. But yeah, let's do the office here. I've given them this spot with the really big, gorgeous window. Imagine working from home and this is your view. What I would give. Yeah, I was considering putting the pottery stuff over here, but there's not really enough wall space, I don't think. And I thought it would be better if they had more privacy for the actual creation part. Because I don't know, I'd like to have a little own nook to do my own art in that's just like super tucked away. So I thought that would be good. But for the desk, we need something funky. Something with really natural textures, like a big slab of wood. Honestly, maybe it shouldn't even be a desk. Maybe it should be like a dining table or something. I might have more options. Because you can still put laptops and computers on dining tables. Oh, you know what I want to use so badly, but is not an actual table that you can use for a computer or anything, is this coffee table that we got from Businesses and Hobbies. Somewhere. Yeah, this one. It's like a drafting table almost, or is that what you call this one? I don't know. I'm being told that it's an espresso counter, but yeah, you can't put computers on it, which sucks because this would be such a cool desk. Maybe I can squeeze it in over there. Is there a smaller version of this one? Oh, we could try the garden to table. Or we could do this really big cats and dogs one. But these feel a bit more rustic than what I was going for. I could try just this one from Businesses and Hobbies. I can't decide if I want the wood tone to match or not. Oh, what if we do this funky shaped one? This is from Dream Home Decorator. Yeah, I'm gonna go with this. I like the bit of texture it has, and I like the shape. It's a matter of the light or dark wood tone. Maybe I'll try the dark so it just sort of blends in a little bit. For desk chairs, I'm thinking just the base game one would work well. This one here. Or, ooh, I could put in a green one as well. Oh, I can just make the desk chair green. There we go. I think I'll give them this one from City Living. It's the most sleek looking computer to me. Or there is the laptops from Businesses and Hobbies. I almost want to give them both. But I think I'll keep it with just the desktop. I think it looks sleek and works for this house. I'm looking for some kind of funky desk light to put beside it. Oh, it might be nice to have this little object. The tea tray from Paranormal. Especially in that color, that works really well. Where are all the funky lights, though? I just can't get over that view. That is so pretty. Oh my gosh, at nighttime. Okay, I'm getting sidetracked. Funky lights. Well, there is this one, again from the new update. And it has fun patterns. Honestly, this one could work pretty well. But I kind of wanted more of an interesting shape. But I might be a little bit picky. Maybe a few of these lights. This one's from Lovestruck, the small one, and then this big one's from Businesses and Hobbies, but they kind of look like they're meant to be a set. You know what? I think I'm gonna try it. And a plant. Oh, perhaps I'll do a really big standing one instead of a desk one. Or we can have both, why not? If I can find a desk one that I like, that is. Oh, this one from Life and Death suits them perfectly. Gorgeous. I'm now not loving the tea stand as much. Like I kind of want to construct my own little clutter section. The drink tray? I wonder. Oh, I can put this item from Modern Retreat as well. This is new. It's like a little decor piece. Oh, and it comes in green. Perfect. It's so moody in here. I really like that. I want to find a notebook, either an opened or closed version, just as maybe their workbook. There's one from the Everyday Clutter kit that I could use. I do want this pen set as well, but the one from Everyday Clutter is pretty small. There's this base game one as well. Maybe I'll throw in the phone beside it. Okay, wait. I think I scrolled past the Everyday Clutter one. Oh, or there's the watch holder and calendar thing, also from Everyday Clutter. Throw on some glasses. Okay, this is the calendar item I was thinking of, which I do like. The little journal is not appearing before me though, so I'm just gonna work with the things I pulled out because I think they're just as good. I'll put the pen set like that. Oh, I kind of misjudged the spacing here. It's a little better. And then I'll just put the phone beside the pens. Okay, perfect. And I'll just put everything in green. Well, that is a very nice home office, I dare say. It does need a rug though and curtains, so we're not fully done yet, but I'm loving it. I really like the woven texture on this rug from Adventure Awaits. Just don't know if the patterns will work. This one isn't bad. Maybe it's kind of good. I feel like it could combine the cool toned green I've been doing with this new warm toned green. But alternatively, I just do another woven green mat. The brown is really nice. There's too many options. Could I get away with this circle one? It's definitely funky, but that's kind of what I wanted. If it wasn't yellow, maybe. Well, actually, I do have pops of yellow all throughout. So maybe it's not bad. I feel like it gives a bit of that artsy feel. So I'd feel a lot just there. Okay, curtains. Curtains. I mean, first instinct would just be the Desert Luxe ones, which I very well may use, but there's a couple of bar ones that would work actually. What about one of the ones? Oh, there's Eco Lifestyle. I was gonna say from Discover University. I'm gonna look at the green curtains actually. It's pretty lacking, is my first thought. None of them are giving what I wanted. Okay, Desert Luxe it is. I'm gonna put them on the outside though. And then I need to find the wall mount. I think it's under wall decorations. Or is it under the curtains? Or is it under sculptures? I can never remember. I'm just gonna filter by Desert Luxe. Oh, I definitely should use this table somewhere. Maybe in the entranceway. Okay, here's the curtain mount. Maybe I want it to be a little darker, actually. I think I'm gonna shrink the curtains a touch. Perfect. That's just beautiful. Wow. Okay, stunning. Anything else that I need in here? Maybe I could put this sculpture item over here. I just adjusted a couple of the swatches in here so everything's a little bit darker now and moodier. And I did end up switching the kitchen to the dark green. Unsure if I'm going to keep it. I mean, I really like it and I think it is very cohesive with the rest of the house. But I don't know, I kind of really liked the warmer green that I had. Maybe I'll leave it there as a reminder because I also feel like it pulls in these chairs. And if I don't have that, then I feel like I have to change the chairs. We're going to have to think about it. But either way, that is not the main focus right now. The main focus is the pottery studio. I would think in a pottery studio, you would actually want as much natural light as possible. And I have probably managed to make it the darkest room in the house. So maybe I should switch that. I could pull in a bit more of the tile that way. I thought I just sorted this out off camera, but now here I am still adjusting things. Okay, I'm going to try this instead, and then we'll do the darker furniture. It actually is a very small room, so I think this big table, as much as I love it, I don't think it's going to work. I really want to use this stuff with the pottery kind of remnants. However, it only has that for the light versions. And I think I want the dark. We need something in the corner here. Maybe a very big plant or a very big light. One of the two. Or both, maybe. I could try this funky one in here. It does come in green, so that's pretty perfect. I think I'm only going to have one throwing wheel. Is that what you call it? I think. I don't know. But we do need a better chair. I don't want to keep using the same patterned one. I'm pretty sure I used this one in the living room or something very similar. So maybe not that one. I guess you usually do more of like a stool, don't you? A spinny stool would be perfect, but I don't think we have that kind of option. Can't slot a bar stool to it. desk chair. None of these are quite what I'm envisioning. Could try that Adventure Waits one in green though. Or maybe this wooden one. I'm not sure you'd want like a leather chair where you're throwing pottery, but I don't know. I think I want the green, so. Also, again, if it's like a pottery studio, you probably wouldn't have a rug, at least not one that you particularly care about. But if with this much empty space, it feels wrong not to put a rug. Maybe I could do a tarp or something. Yeah, maybe I can do this one. Even though I feel like they would have designed the floors to have it be okay for there to be pottery mess on it, but do that. I did say that maybe it's a woodworker and a pottery artist, so now I wonder instead of this table if I put a woodworking table instead. This one is from the Restoration Workshop kit, and I think it looks very sleek here. Yeah, I'm gonna do that as much as I want to use this table. I don't know where I'll put it, but I'm sure I can find some kind of home for it. I can have the lights here. I'll see if I can fit a plant behind it, just so there's more green in here. Then I'll try to bring in some red with perhaps the curtains. I could try that one, but it looks kind of sad back there. What about the base game tree? Or this really big one? Maybe I can't fit the light and the plants. So perhaps we'll just do the light. I really thought there'd be something that could work. Oh, maybe this. We can do the eco lifestyle plant with this modern retreat light. All right, that's pretty good. I want to make sure everything in here is functional. But I did want to use some of the pottery like clutter that we got. Maybe I could put it on the woodworking table, but I don't know if that's going to mess with its functionality. Oh, I think I can clutter this side here. I was just kind of wondering if those are supposed to be beside each other. But again, I don't want to block the window. So it is pretty nice like this. But it should be so that you're staring out of a window here. Maybe I can just throw in another window and just cover it with the bars. Then maybe it'll still give the same look, but you get more light in your pottery studio, which I think is pretty good. I don't know if it's going to block me that it's bugging the window, or if it, wait a minute. I don't know if it's going to bug me that it's blocking the window. That's what I was trying to say. And then perhaps behind here we'll just put a whole bunch of pottery stuff, like all the things you can make. We have this one, we have this one. Well, I've actually kind of used a lot of them already, now that I think about it. Oh, we do have this one. I haven't used this yet. I don't want it to be in the kiln just yet. We have the little candle. Yeah, I'll throw this candle beside here as well. Adorable. Maybe this is like one of their go-to pieces or something, which is why they have so many versions of it around the house. If I put an urn, does any pretty pottery come up? This one's not bad. So nothing is slotting to that table. I'm just gonna go with the clutter I know that I want, which is somewhere over here. I might actually just filter by businesses and hobbies just to make sure I don't miss anything. Because this is the first time I'm doing like a pottery themed room in one of my builds, which is honestly shocking. But I want to make sure that I get all of the items. Oh, that's cute. This is just the debug lump of clay. I won't put it on just in the off chance that it messes with the functionality. I could throw in a wall plant, or I could even do a hanging plant. This is the actual pottery stuff that I wanted to use though. It's just like, it's like the smallest clutter item, but I really wanted to put it in here. It's so adorable. This other one is for tattooing, same with that. I think maybe I will put a dish sack in here and it'll be pieces they've made before. I'm gonna throw in the candle as well, just so there's some light in here. I'm gonna put a wall sconce on this side because, again, I feel like that'd be pretty helpful when you're trying to create stuff. Just the best amount of lighting. Maybe I'll throw in the vase over here. I want more art on the walls. I don't know what kind of art. Maybe something a little more abstract. I feel like that would suit them. Perhaps that one? Or what if we did like a stack of 3 of them? Maybe it should just be 2. 2 on this wall. I was thinking maybe something more along the lines of this for the art in here. Or those kind of banner sort of things that come with city living. Oh, and for rent, like these. Like this one suits it pretty well. Do another one on this side. I like the green. I just feel like they need to be beside each other though. And we can also do this one from Snowy Escape. On that wall there. And then on this wall, what to put? Let me go under wall decorations and see if there's any goodies in here. Oh, a broom somewhere. I'm gonna put that behind the lamp. Oh, towels. It would be helpful to have a sink in here. Could I work that out with the spacing? Oh, I could use the garden to table one in here. Where would I put this? I was kind of thinking in the corner here. Could put the broom on that wall. And then the light can go here. This could go back on that wall. And then we'll just throw a mirror above it. Oh, I did say I needed curtains, didn't I? And I was going to try to bring in red with the curtains. I feel like this is too red. It's not the red that I'm going for. Or kind of like this patterned one from Growing Together. It's pretty big though. Maybe if I size two of them down. It kind of blocks your window view, but I feel like in reality you just adjust the curtains. But this is The Sims, so I can't do that, but those are pretty cute for there. Okay, what a lovely little pottery studio and woodworking studio. It's kind of like a joint space. Next, we'll go up and finish all of the bedrooms. I want to tackle the parents' bedroom first because I have the clearest sense of their kind of aesthetic right now. I don't really know where I want to take the kid bedrooms, so I have to think on that a bit more. I did put this really groovy rig in here, but yeah, I don't think it really matches the aesthetic of the house anymore, unfortunately, because I did really want to use it. Ooh, I think the Growing Together bed would be really perfect in here. It has a lot of cool patterns and it's got the rattan on the back, which is very natural. It's just a matter of which colors. I'm actually not seeing any that are as fitting as I wanted. This one's alright, but I wish it had more pattern to it. Snowy Escape. Definitely has the warmth, but not really any patterns. But I guess the thing with that is we could just bring the pattern in with a rug. We of course have the For Rent one, which I love dearly. I use this just about every chance I get, which is kind of why I don't want to use it in this one, because I feel like I should push myself. But it's just such a beautiful bed. Oh, you know what? I haven't used this one from Get Famous yet. Again, I feel like it falls a bit more in the like funky groovy, which is no longer the look that I'm going for. This is an eco lifestyle one, which might be alright, but I don't know. Honestly, this island living one in this particular pattern is kind of a go-to for me whenever I'm trying to do a cool bed. So I either do that or I try to find a swatch in this Growing Together one that I'm keen on. But I don't know if that's any of them, to be honest. Let's go with this one from Island Living and we'll find a green rug. And then once we have the combo, I think we'll be getting somewhere. I do want to try to use a fluffy green rug, maybe that organic one from Snowy Escape. But I kind of wanted something a lot bigger for this room. Of course, I could just size that up, but It's not exactly what I was picturing. Like, I just want to use this rug again, but I can't use that twice, especially if it was like a feature rug downstairs in the living room. I will have to find something else. This is so bad. I kind of only want to use the new one. It's just so pretty. I don't know what to pick. I also don't know about layout. I guess the bed should go where the windows aren't so that you can get maximum light and all of that. Could I layer these rugs, or does that look extremely funny? Maybe if it's a little bit bigger. I also don't know if this divider is going to work in here. I don't really know how I would use it. What if I did it in the corner like this, and then I put a dresser there? It's kind of like a changing area. Or I could size it down. I don't know. It's a really pretty item, but I'm not sure I actually have the most use for it in here. I'm going to shrink this rug ever so slightly. That was not ever so slightly. That was actually a lot because I forgot I sized it up. Okay, that looks good to me. Now I either keep the green rug or I switch it to like a brown or something. I don't know if that looks really bad. I honestly can't tell right now. We'll just go on with some other things and then come back to it. I don't need my green filter anymore. This is a really pretty end table, again, from the Modern Retreat kit. Ooh, and it comes in green. I almost want to do it like this, you know, where people have those really long extended headboards. I feel like I could make that work. It's gonna be really annoying to clutter, but let me just see. I'd need a different bed. I also would probably make them a different color, like wood, a wood tone. But a bed like this from Seasons would work. It's pretty nice with the brown. And then like a giant piece of art and some sconces. And then I think we might be cooking. I do think the art should have a bit more color though, since the rest of this is pretty neutral. But I still want it to be a bit abstract. What about that one that I pulled out downstairs? This one. Oh my gosh, but not in that size. This one. I was kind of thinking just one singular framed picture. But I could make this work, I think. It does have to be just ever so slightly smaller though, because it does clip with the ceiling, which I don't prefer. Okay. How do I feel about that? I'm a little unsure. I'm not sure if we have a different giant piece of art that would work. Ooh. I really like this one from Snowy Escape. And since I was saying that you could put this in the Snowy Escape world, could very well work. It has a lot of really nice color variation, and I like that it looks like watercolor and ink a bit. So let's try it out. But I really want it to be big, like arguably a little too big. But then if we have it this big, then we can rotate it and make it look like it's actually leaning on the dresser, or the headboard, which I think will be a very good look. Oops. Okay, and then holding Alt and clicking, we'll pull it out from the wall. It's a little uneven. Let me scooch that back. There's even this version if I wanted more green in it. I think it looks pretty cool. Let me add in the sconces and then make my final decision. I don't know what kind I want. Like, do I want something really big? Do I want them to be a little bit smaller? Ooh, wait a minute. These paranormal ones might have just the right amount of funkiness. I like the gold and the green accents there. Ooh, or the sleek bathroom ones. I don't know which is better. I also don't know about placement. Okay, let's try it like this, I guess. Perhaps. Okay, where's the gold? Or maybe the gold down here. Okay, I actually think I'm kind of preferring those. And then maybe we could even put in more lamps. I definitely need more like pottery pieces though. What's annoying about sizing it up is that the object snapped to the previous height that it was and not its new height. So I actually think quickly we're gonna get our trusty Dream Home Decorator shelf and we'll just pull all of these out and put them back afterwards. Well, actually I'll keep one so I can get the height correct. Okay, and then we will move it away. And then we can add our decorations freely. Let me search pottery again. This is meant to be like a stand, like a cake stand, I think. I'm not too sure, honestly, but maybe we could use it as a pedestal for a candle. Like that. Ooh, I could make some kind of custom piece like this. Looks pretty cool. I do need other bedside clutter though, because I do still want it to feel a touch lived in. So maybe like a mug here. Oh, this is the notebook I was looking for earlier. Could put that over here as well. And I still want to make sure everything fits on the counters. Oh, I actually have to move everything way back. I did not realize. If I am going to have these little stands here, maybe the sconces should move up. Or maybe it should just be one. Oh my gosh, so much indecision. maybe the other person over here can have glasses and a stack of books. I wasn't thinking this big, but we're here now. Oh, I can use these funky cube items. I don't know if they come in a wood swatch, but if they did, that would be perfect. That looks fairly wooden to me. Oh, or that one. So then we can have a combination of what the pottery artist made with what the wood artist made. Those ones blend in a lot. Let me do the lighter ones instead. Okay, this stack of books is way too big. I want the personal items to be more subtle. I just want those 2 stacks. Or 2 books, I guess. Not really 2 stacks. It's not showing up. I thought it was in this section. Oh, it's right here. Okay. Then I want some plants. I think they're really big ones from Paranormal might be our best bet here. I don't know if it's getting too repetitive though, and like matchy-matchy a little bit. Maybe I will add a bit of asymmetry because I do think there's just a bit too much similarities happening. And then on the other side, we will add the plant. Maybe the hanging plant here, and then a big standing plant over here. That's roughly about the height I need it. Could I even add the droopy plant as well? Oh, this is not even close to the height that I needed, actually, but that's okay. I will just use tool mod. I'm going to shrink the corner planter. And maybe change up one of these colors there. And then I would argue that's pretty good. It's quite cute. It's a little cluttered, but not too cluttered. Maybe I will lower the sconces again. I can't decide. It's going to change a lot, and it might even be different by the time we get to the tour. I do want some big mirrors. I like that one from Jungle Adventure. Just blanked on the name. Ooh, or this woven one. That's from Growing Together. Could I squeeze in a very tiny fireplace up here? I wonder. That would be so cozy. I mean, I already used this one downstairs, so maybe not this one. Ooh. This Adventure Awaits one would have been good downstairs. I like the wood it has, but then I wouldn't have been able to add the TV, so it worked out, I guess. If I deleted this window, how badly does it break up the effect? Because a little fireplace right there, I don't know, I think it's pretty good. Maybe I'll just keep the window. I know it's not accurate at all, like you could not have a fireplace against the window, but You can't tell me this doesn't look so good. And I want it to look cute on the outside as well, so now I'm just a little bit stuck. Honestly, I'm gonna keep it. Maybe I'll delete the window. Could delete the window and then just continue the bars. We'll figure it out. I also don't know why that other window's glitching. It just seems to do that these days. Let me get a dresser in one of these corners. This for rent one speaks to me, so maybe I can do it like that. And we can put the mirror there. Or maybe we could get a really long mirror to put behind the fireplace. Though I actually was kind of thinking of putting a TV there. Oh, what if we did the TV that looks like a picture? I would love to do it with a different version of that, but I only have the one. But maybe like this. I don't know what color scheme speaks to this house. I kind of want to do the snowy one. It's a little bit blue-green, but also it's just extremely snowy outside where I am right now, and this looks essentially like the view from my window right now. And so I want maybe a little bit biased. I don't know. I guess I'll try it. I'm in the winter mood. We can get a few little plants around. I almost want to make this way larger and have it block the window because the scale looks kind of off to me. Yeah, I definitely prefer that. So I'll keep that. I might put a little chair in the corner. Bring in some extra colors, like that red. I can bring that in again. I can keep the mirror here. Or should I put it on that wall? I don't know. It's kind of a awkwardly heighted mirror. Oh, what about this chair instead with the little blanket? I'll do it with the more orange-red chair and blanket combo. There was a wall item that I wanted to use. I can't remember if it's from the new kits or if it's from an old kit. It's hard to keep track. But it had some artwork on it. Yeah, this one here. I think it's Grange Mudroom. I feel decently confident in saying that. Ooh, with the little green one. Yeah, we'll do that. I'm gonna lower this just a bit because it's bugging me. And then I want to sneak a little plant here. Some kind of small floor plant. Even just that base game one. And candles. Candles on this side and a lamp on the other side would be my pick. Perhaps the new light or a funkier light if possible. Also, I'm not sure if it's been clear in this video now that I think about it, but I have been meaning funky in a good way. I mean like funky, like groovy. Not funky as like it has a funky smell sort of thing. Like I've meant it as a good adjective, not in the bad way. I'm gonna put these candles over here. guess we could do 2 sets of them. Well, I think this is an adorable little bedroom here. So I guess we just have to do the kids' rooms next. Okay, we're gonna start on this room first. I'm a bit on the fence about if I want it to be 2 bedrooms or a bedroom and a library maybe, so I'm gonna see about that. But I might actually switch it to morning light here because it gets really pretty sun rays in through these windows. Oh my gosh, what a gorgeous room. So I'm thinking if we do 2 bedrooms, I was kind of imagining maybe 1 young adult who's in university and then 1 high schooler. And I was kind of thinking that one of them would be like an influencer, I guess. Like I'm kind of picturing like a social media, like Instagram, TikTok sort of influencer, because that is like an actual career that we have in The Sims. I think we got it as a part-time job with high school years. You can be like a media influencer or something. So I'm kind of imagining that, but I think for like fashion is kind of what I'm envisioning. Maybe they're a bit of a fashion designer, or that's at least their like dream path. So I want them to have like a bit of their personality coming through, but I still want it to feel pretty united with the rest of the house. But maybe something like this bed. Honestly, don't mind it in the green. I do wish there was a bit more red throughout the swatches here. This one's maybe a bit too eclectic. That could be for the high school student, if that's the route I go, but or even like that one would be really pretty. Oh, what about this one? Is this from Love Struck? I don't know if I love the swatches. Yeah, maybe not. Oh, well, if I didn't use this bed in this room, I could put it in this room. Maybe I'll try that, because there is a significant lack of red up here. I think the bed either has to go over on this wall here or against this wall. I think right up against this window would be so cozy, so I'm gonna put it there. Now I'm jealous. Imagine watching the snow fall with this as your view. So pretty. I want to give them some kind of cool side table. Something a little... I don't even know the word I was looking for, to be honest. I just blanked. Like a little cooler, I guess. I feel like that brass one's pretty good. But now I kind of wonder, do I switch the bed again? That one's kind of cool. Or this one with the roses. I don't know which I see for this person. Could even have just a full white bed. I'm thinking maybe they're a bit more neutral in their color palette. I really can't decide. This is very tricky. Maybe I'll do a more simple bed and then spice it up with the rug. I don't know which rug. That one's kind of a weird size for the room, I'm gonna say. Oh wait, I haven't used this one yet. What if I put this in orange and then maybe did a different bed situation? Okay, I'm switching it to afternoon just so I can see the patterns a bit better. I don't know, this doesn't really scream university to me. Like, it almost looks a little too fancy. Well, if I do want them to be a fashion designer, isn't there the board for that? Put it off to this side here. We're gonna need a big dresser situation. I think something like this, and then an open exposed clothing rack. The clothes are here, but where are the racks that I need for this? Is that shelving? It'd be cute if this ladder had a whole bunch of different shoes on it. This is also from the new kit. This one's the garden to table, I believe. I could try that, but where are the clothing racks? Oh, here's this one from Businesses and Hobbies. That actually will probably fit better than that ladder. Oh, there's also these. Again, Modern Retreat, new kit. It's kind of funky. The layout of this room is a little bit tricky because the door is right there. So I wonder actually if I do need to move the bed over. And we could have more of a getting ready station over there. I still don't have much space for the fashion board. Okay, I think it's gonna have to be one or the other in terms of the clothing. Maybe the fashion board can just go over by the entranceway. And then over here we can have clothes and a big mirror. And then opposite the bed, perhaps we can fit in a little desk. Let me see about the clothes that I could add. Oh, I think these ones from Businesses and Hobbies shall be perfect. They look very fashion forward. Maybe then I'll also use the Dream Home Decorator ones. Like that. For mirrors, I could use this ginormous one from the Basement Treasures kit. Just honestly pretty cool, but again, maybe a bit too traditional. Maybe here's where I can use that one from Jungle Adventure in the dark brown, I guess. I could alternatively have a whole wall for it, but I don't think I have enough wall space for that. I'm gonna take these shoes from Dream Home Decorator. There's like a bunch of heels and stuff, and I'm gonna put those on the storage rack. Well, is it clothing rack? I think is what I meant to say. Okay, something like that. There really needs to be more plants in here, so I'm gonna resolve that quick. I do like this one. don't know where to put it. I wonder if I could fit it beside the clothing rack, but maybe not the most. You kind of hit the mirror right as you walk in if I do it like this, which I don't think is great, but it might be our only option. I mean, I think it's still functional. Or I switch it around and we actually block some of the window with the mirror. Not ideal, obviously, but I also imagine them to take a lot of like mirror pictures. So maybe it's actually okay, lore accurate. Could put this little stand beside it for some decor. Matches the bed a bit. And then over here, let's see about a desk. I'm not even in the desk category. I'm not sure what I'm doing. Okay, the desk going this way is a little too tight on space. There is a pretty single tile desk from Businesses and Hobbies, which maybe I can check that out. And I could put it against this wall here. If I am thinking they're university, I would want to include a desk. So I'm gonna try that. Don't know about this bed. What about the high school years one? Maybe in the white. I could go a bit lighter with everything in this room. This white is just so white. Like, I wish it was kind of an off-white. Could do this one. Ooh, or in the more beige. But I don't know, I kind of liked having something that felt a little more youthful. Even though I kind of think they'd be like about to graduate kind of thing. Where's the one from City Living here? This one's usually tried and true. I honestly kind of like that purple. I know there's no other purple in this house really, but I think it looks kind of cool. And maybe it adds a bit more interest to the room because it was looking a little bit plain beforehand. So I guess I'll try it. For a chair, maybe this one? I don't know if this is the best rug. I'm kind of actually thinking they would have like a really big fluffy rug. So I'll take this one from City Living as well. But see, now the bed feels kind of boring. What if they had the eco lifestyle bed? It's got a bit of texture, so it's a little more interesting than anything I've looked at previously. But yeah, I don't know. None of these beds are honestly speaking to me, which is most unfortunate. Maybe I'll actually do the Businesses and Hobbies one. I keep like flip-flopping, but I feel like this is closest to anything I've come across that's like the closest thing to what I'm envisioning in my head about this person, if that makes sense. But I do think we'll go lighter with everything if that's the case. Yeah, I think it's a lot more fitting for what I'm imagining. Let's give it a shot. I'm gonna give them the Businesses and Hobbies laptop. This one. And, ooh, like this jar, or it's not jar, like candlesticks in the jars. I kind of want them to have like all the candles. Do the trio from Love Struck as well as the candlestick. And then I'm gonna do a bunch of makeup as well. A little coffee mug. You know what would be so cute as an item? If we had like a little mason jar with like a glass straw that was like iced coffee. It could be with or without it, but wouldn't that be such a cute little clutter item? I know there's a bunch of makeup from high school years, but I think this tray from Parenthood will fit the aesthetic I'm going for better. Okay, I want it to sit there. I'm gonna do a little life hack here, and we're gonna take a standing lamp. I'm just gonna use the Space Game one, and I'm just gonna put it in the four corners so I know where to line up my objects with. Because sometimes when you're freely placing things, it's really kind of confusing about how much space you have. Let's try to squeeze a plant in as well. Perhaps these little flowers here. I actually kind of really want this house to be for my save file now. Like my ongoing one, not Wismore Hill. I just think it's so adorable. And I really just kind of want to make this sim. Like I can very clearly envision what they would look like. I think it'd be really fun to make them. And that little mug there. I kind of wish these were white flowers instead, but we'll roll with it. Oh, I can also delete those now. Oh, maybe before I get too lost in cluttering things, I should throw in some curtains. Again, I'll have to use ones that have that continuous bar, unless I can find ones wide enough. Actually, these ones from Eco Lifestyle fit really well. Just don't know about the colors. Like, it's going to be a lot of beige and white. So I was thinking maybe if I use the Adventure Weights one, I could tie in a bit more color. But I don't know. I don't think it really suits the personality here. What about maybe some of the high school years ones with the macrame and the sheer curtain? These ones. If I did that in like a deep maroon, that's quite gorgeous. There's no single tile version, so one curtain's going to be a little bit darker here. I can do it like that. I mean, it's not too noticeable that it's darker, but this does mean the mirror has to move again. Which actually might be okay. I'll put the plant here. I know the board's covered, but get rid of that. Okay, maybe once again I will scooch over the little dresser situation and the mirror and hope that it's functional. If not, I'm sure you could find somewhere to move it. I actually do need this shelf. We'll go through Clutter. They definitely would have a lot more space for clothes and stuff, but just given the space of this room, I don't think we're going to be able to achieve that, but they definitely would have more clothes than this, especially if they're like a fashion major. Maybe We'll actually try to squeeze another dresser. I could almost do one here instead of the side table. There is one, this one here from Businesses and Hobbies. It has the really fun pattern on it again. I kind of really want to use that. Maybe I could put that here and bring the side table back. But then it doesn't really work with where I have the fashion board. Maybe they don't need the fashion board because they are technically not in that career yet. Like they still have to make their way up there because they're in college still. So with that reasoning, I will put this dresser instead and bring the side table back. I could even do it with the little flowers, but I just really love this print. I could do it in pink. The bed comes in pink too, but I like the green better, especially for this house. I'm gonna give them a fun sconce. I'll do the one from the bathroom kit that I was gonna use in the parents' bedroom and then decided not to. We can space it out like this. I don't know why I'm giving them the old phone, but it just felt fitting, so I'm keeping it. Oh, actually, maybe some lotions beside. I think that would suit them really well. But I like how it looks in this kind of stone dish here. So maybe I'll do the stone dish, but I do kind of want to hide that bar of soap there. I'm gonna see if I can merge it with this item from the bathroom clutter kit. Ooh, if I do it in that color, it blends in pretty well with the stone, so it's not too hard to cover up. I think that's quite nice. I'd really like a bedside carafe or something, but we don't really have an object like that. I can do a candle though, not that that's really related in any way, but it could give me the same kind of height that I'm looking for. I wanted to use that pottery one that I've been using a lot. Maybe I just eyedrop it. I love how chic it looks in here. This is definitely more of the vibe I was thinking of for this person. Oh, I could even go with the green, but I like the maroon curtains, so I'm gonna keep those. Back to clutter. There's a little sketch pad up there in case they want to do some illustrations of fashion designs. We can put some perfume. And another plant. Where's the one that hangs off of the surface? That was such a slow sentence. Just the droopy plant. This one. Like, what if I put it to the side and then... I think that's pretty cute. We can get rid of the sketch pad and put in these flowers instead. Let's get a painting either above the bed or above this dresser. And then after that, I think I'm going to be good to call it for this room. That one's really nice above the bed. I'm gonna scale it up a little bit, see if it fills out the space a little better. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Okay, this room, super cozy, super cute. Very much what I had envisioned. So now let's go do the last room that I'm gonna show for this video. I've decided this will be a bedroom again, but I'm thinking for a teenager, and for some reason I'm kind of getting track star. Like, I think they're big into running. I don't know where that's coming from. Either running or like yoga. Just one of those two is what I'm getting from this. So I'm just gonna roll with it. So I need a very zen looking bed. Honestly, this one's perfect. I'll look at my other options, but that's pretty good. This bed looks too traditional for the house. Ooh, maybe this one with the storage. I do like this with a bit of texture to the bedding. The bed frame's a little more rustic than I'd probably pick, but it's not bad. It's a little more visually interesting than this one from Snowy Escape. In a similar vein, there is the single tile eco lifestyle bed. This isn't really the color scheme I want for the room, but I do like how the bed frame sort of blends in with the walls. This bed with the dark green is actually so pretty, especially in this room, just with all the tones. Is there a double bed version? Oh, it's this one with the canopy. You don't get the same rich dark green on the bedding for that. You just get like a throw blanket. I used to be obsessed with this bed from City Living when I first got the pack, but looking at it now, it is just not great. It's kind of ugly. This looks like a hospital bed. This bed here from high school years is actually closest to what I was envisioning. I was really picturing like a baby blue. I don't know if the bed frame is my favorite, but we're gonna roll with it. Since I'm thinking, okay, that's not a word. Since I'm thinking they're going to be more athletic and whatnot, I was even considering putting some workout gear in their room, mainly because I don't have space for a workout area anywhere else. Oh my gosh, I could totally see them being into skiing. Okay, I think I have to put this house in Mount Komorebi. Skiing seems so fitting. Skiing and cross country, or best of both worlds, cross country skiing. This is what I'm getting from this person. Maybe that's just because it's heavy winter over here. Or snowboarding. but I don't know, I kind of see skiing. Okay, well, in that case, I shall give them a pair of skis. I have these ones. I feel like there's a lot of different options. Like a lot. I don't really know how I'm supposed to pick. I think I'm going to put some of these on the wall as well. I'm trying to find all the color options that I like. The only problem is that blue just does not suit this house at all. Okay, I'm pretty sure I haven't used a drop of it. Maybe if I give them this green instead. Okay, so I've rotated all of them. Now I'm just gonna try to get them on the wall somewhere. Because over here for now could be okay. Something like that. I'll mess around with the swatches afterwards because, I mean, it's clearly I'm very indecisive right now. But if I can get the placement of everything, then I will adjust things off camera and it'll look cute by the time you come back for the tour. But for now, let's just get like big furniture pieces in now. So we have this, we know they like skiing. I was thinking about a treadmill. Is that too much for a high schooler's bedroom? Maybe. But also, I mean, I think they're pretty well off, so why not? They can have this cool one. I'm gonna put a whole wall of mirrors here and then perhaps some weights and things like that. And then it can be a good workout spot. They will need a desk though, because there's of course still homework to do. Okay, maybe the desk over here. And then some kind of chair, something comfy, maybe like this. Again, I think I have to solve the colors off camera. Maybe I actually will put the treadmill here because then you have a really pretty view while working out. I'll put one mirror in front. And some kind of rug as well. What about this fluffy one? This is from Lovestruck. Definitely cozy. Now the bed doesn't feel right. Okay, truthfully, I think I have to resolve this off camera because I am too indecisive to even think about it. So next clip will be a tour of this grand old house. We're starting the tour now. This is how it looks in the end on the outside. I absolutely love this build so much. I didn't think I would like it this much because I mean it's a little bit out of my wheelhouse, but honestly it was such a fun style to build in, and I feel like I got to use a lot of items I never get to use, which is always very refreshing if you're kind of in a build rut. But the outside looks so awesome. I mean, courtesy of the reference photo, because without that I probably wouldn't have created this. But I'm very happy with how it came out, and I'm excited to show you the inside. But I'm actually not going to talk over the tour the whole time, so I'm going to cut to music for you guys. There's also a couple of glitches while I did this tour, like the windows would not stay as windows, so if you see a couple of things like that, ignore it. I also still have to add in some of the roof panes, which I will try to remember to do before I put it on the gallery. But I'm going to leave it here. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you had a good sleep if you fell asleep, and I hope you enjoyed a bit of a different style on this channel. If you have any other styles you want me to try aside from my classic standard American suburban family home, then by all means leave it down below. And yeah, thank you all so much for watching, and hopefully I will see you all in the next one. Enjoy the tour.